Right. Welcome back to Nerdrotic, everybody. My name is Gary Beekler, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com, and I am live in San Francisco, and I have friends. Well, they're digital friends. They don't really like me. They're here for Peter. I'm just kidding. So first, we will start from my left to your right. We have Odin's movie blog. What is up, Odin?
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for having me on, and a huge shout out to Jessie Milestone, who suggested this idea. She should be joining us very shortly. But thank you for having me here. It's great to always be with this crew. It's so much fun.
Yes, and we have the real Jeremy, the proper Jeremy. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Gary? Everybody in the chat, welcome to Nerdrotic's channel. I am just so humbled to be a part of this. I do not deserve to be here, but I'm glad I got an invite anyway and somehow snuck my way into here. I really appreciate it, and rest in peace, Peter Mayhew.
Yeah. No, we're happy to have you. We're happy to have you. And R.I.P. Peter. And of course, the amazing, the invulnerable YouTube harpy, Mecha Random 42. What is up?
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's been a long time since I've been here. like on screen anyway. I do lurk sometimes. But yeah. And Star Wars, man. It's May the 4th. We're here to celebrate Peter Mayhew and for the love of Star Wars. We can. I was gonna make a video today about this, but so thank you so much for letting me be here. Shout out to Jessie. Shout out to everybody, and rip Peter Mayhew. Love Star Wars, so yeah.
Yes, well, let's round this out with the heart and soul of the Fandom Menace himself, the Rookie Critic. What is up?
Thanks, Gary, for having me on here. It's an honor. I'm glad to finally be on a stream with you, and I thank Jessie as well for setting this all up. It's a great idea. We can have some fun tonight. Yeah, well, I'm all ready.
And we are ready, and we are here celebrating Star Wars. I don't think it's going to be kind of a positive live stream, I'm sorry to say. And we're going to celebrate the life of Mr. Peter Mayhew, who he has missed. And, I'll tell you a couple boring stories later of he made a couple appearances at my comic store. So I got to meet him and his wife. And it was pretty cool. And we can all, kind of reminisce and talk about like what got us into Star Wars and why we still love it and always will love it, no matter what they do. They can't take away well, for lack of a better word, the magic that they brought into our lives. It's our Beatles. It's two generations Beatles, actually. And it's really important to fandom. And that's why so many people are here. And by the way, so this is a charity live stream. So everything I get ad wise, everything I get super chat wise, I'll even cover the 30% that YouTube takes out. And I will match up to a certain point, but you can donate to the charity directly. I will pop another link in the description here, and I'll put it in the description of the video too. I didn't think about that, but right here is the link to the Peter Mayhew Foundation. On the bottom of the page, there's a PayPal button. You could donate directly. And
I'll be posting the direct PayPal link in the chat as well. So
yes. So real quick before we start, reading super chats and reminiscing and stuff, I want to tell that the highest super chatter at the end of the evening, the person who wins the super chat, and this is worldwide. Now, if you win and you're in some country where the post is kind of, then we'll take our chances. But I have a few Star Wars figures left for my personal collection, and including this Chewbacca right here. These are like, I played with these as I was a kid. So I got that, and R2-D2 and Yoda and Obi-Wan and Bosk and IG-88 and Luke Skywalker and Boba Fett and see-through. This was my first right here. Cloud Car Pilot, and it's not in this pile, but a Bespin Leia and an Emperor. You will win those. Those will be all yours. So we'll at the end of the night, I'll be able to figure that out. And yeah, so that goes to, and thank you everybody who's donated. We will get to your super chats shortly. But and again, Jessie from Mindless Entertainment gets all the props for this. This was her idea. She just asked me to host it. She will be joining soon. We'll give her all the glory. She's the one with the big heart. I'm the one with the small little black heart who didn't even think of it. So, and Yeah. So let's talk. Oh God, do we have somebody here?
We do.
We have somebody here. No, yeah. Just more subscribers.
Can you guys hear me?
Combined, but it's okay.
Little Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Where are you, Jeremy? Hello.
Hello, Jeremy.
I'm
Jeremy's in the middle
I'm
of the
blind
ocean right now,
so.
and he's still trying to join. He is he's a warrior. This guy.
I think.
Can you guys hear me? I don't know if you
we can hear you. Gary sometimes can't
Okay.
hear when people join for some reason.
What the hell? Hang on. Let me see if I can fix that. If not, then I'll just jump out and we can. Jeremy, I'll shut up and you talk.
Well, hello everyone. I'm only going to be here for a few minutes, but I just wanted to join in. I'm going crazy not having consistent internet right now, but I've been trying to work as much as humanly possible with the limited signal. But enough. This isn't about me. This is about Peter Mayhew, and this is something that really does move me, that we come together like this, because some things are bigger than an internet argument. I don't care what side of the discussion you're on. I don't care if you love the sequels. I don't care if you hate them. I don't care what your political affiliation was. I don't care about your social opinions. Something bigger than all of that has happened. Someone that is important to all of us has passed away, and it's time to celebrate and support the Mayhew family, and that's what we're doing tonight. And I had to be a part of it. I hope my connection is good enough to hold up. But you know, this is the type of stuff that is bigger than all of us. And Peter has changed all of our lives. And, you know, he for the last decade of his life, he struggled with a lot of health issues. He's a sweetheart of a human being. You can never find a sweeter human being on the planet, and such a big-hearted person. And I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy to be on with all of you. So thank you for letting me join.
All right. Yeah, he's dropping in and out to fix his audio because he has it set to where when people come in, he can't hear them. He has them muted.
Okay.
We can hear. Okay. We all heard you just fine, though. And I think everybody in the chat heard you too.
Okay.
So that's good. And speaking of which, Jessie's here.
What's up, everybody?
Yay.
Hello.
Wow, it's good.
I like the onesie.
Suits you very well.
It's not a onesie. This is a bathrobe.
Oh, never mind.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
But yeah.
Adorable.
Hey, I just so I don't interrupt anything else, I'm going to bounce because I can't really follow the flow of the conversation well because it's so loud where I'm at. But Jessie, thank you so much for setting this up.
My pleasure.
Thank you for everything. I see on Instagram that you whooped my ass. Is that a surprise to anybody?
No.
But like I said, just this is bigger than all of our disagreements. This is bigger than everything. So just everybody needs to come together, support Peter Mayhew, celebrate him, and this is what it's all about. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. I love you all, and I will see you all when I get back Monday, and I'll be rocking and rolling. Have a great stream.
Bye, Jeremy. Go have
Take
fun.
care, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
All right.
Go beyond.
Bye.
For F's sake. He won't. He won't. All right. Oh, I love the super chats rolling in. It's really wonderful to see. Also, our chat reviews said that I scared Odin away. That's what I feel like too. I feel like he was just like, oh crap, yeah, Jesus couldn't save her, and he won't be able to save me either. I gotta get out of here. Poor Odin.
I don't think I know what he's trying to do.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna try and out Chewbacca.
Combing his beard.
Chewbacca, the Chewbacca. Hi, Gary. What's up?
Hey, Jessie. Not much. Thanks for putting this together. Great idea.
Problem. I got to give credit for the idea for Sky Smith, an avid follower of many of ours, a big super chatter. But Sky sent me a Instagram message and was like, "Hey, you guys should do this." And I was like, "That's a fantastic idea. Thank you." Oh, there's Sky right there in the send a super chat. R.I.P. Peter Mayhew. Thank you, Sky, and thank you for the excellent suggestion. So here we are doing this.
Brilliant. Yeah, where is Shady Odin right now? Where'd it go?
Shady Odin got scared of me. I popped on and Odin was like, "Gotta bow."
Oh yeah,
Ran away.
With this heathen right here, she's gonna bring Satan into the live stream. And
are you in a hotel?
Yeah.
Or is your room just really clean?
My room is not clean at all. I'm to the point actually where I can't. I don't have enough room in my house for the things that I'm getting. I just got the most incredible. Somebody sent me a bunch of really cool things, including it's like a 15-inch plus Jabba. It was the limited edition 3500 made by I think Gentle Giant, and I just had it in perspective.
Oh,
Yeah,
Those are nice.
it's gorgeous. Oh my god! And it's currently just taking up most of the space on the only table in my apartment.
That is brilliant. Yeah, you're getting like world-class bullshitter stuff. Yeah, I got a load today too, right over there that I got to do a live stream on.
Yeah, I'm trying to find places for all my cool stuff. I've got like people are sending me kaiju stuff because I love Godzilla. So I'm like, yes, I have like the bank, and I'm trying to find room for it, but it's I might have some stuff.
Yeah. How good does that movie look, by the way? The new Godzilla movie?
Oh,
It looks so good. It looks so good. Oh, it looks so good.
that's one that's worth it for like that's like IMAX 3D. That's worth it.
Yep.
Also, what's up, Odin?
What's up? I'm Chewy from the streets. What's up?
What's happening?
What's up? How's it going? What's up? Much love. Much love.
Much love. Peace.
In the house. I
you
do
winning.
whenever I do the hood, like I look more like a Sith than I look like a.
I know, seriously, me too. The hood, it's just like do it.
And now Jessie needs to put on her beard.
What?
And now
I look.
needs to put on
All
her
I need is some blue milk going down my beard, and I can look like a bitter old Luke. But I'm sorry, we're being positive tonight.
Also, hi, Proper Ginevra.
Hi, Jessie. How are you?
Good. I haven't seen you since Celebration. It's good to. I'm glad you're able to jump on with us.
Oh yeah, I appreciate the invite. I really do. And yeah, hope you had a great Passover.
I did. I had a wonderful Passover. You'll have to come next year.
All right, I'm down.
That'll be fun. It's a good thing.
Happy post Passover.
I was about to invite you, but I think you said you were out of town for Easter weekend.
Yes, I was in Ohio. But yeah.
Right before you told me that, I was like literally about to invite you, and then you told me that. I was like, oh, guess not.
Oh no, that's okay. It's the thought that counts. I really, I appreciate it.
I thought the thoughts, but next year we got you.
Got it.
We got you. I gotta turn the heat down. I got in here, my room was freezing, but now I'm wearing this and sitting right next to the heater. So I'll be right back. I just got.
Where are you?
What?
Where are you?
I was in Seattle.
Oh.
I'm in Seattle.
That's actually kind of near me. I'm in Washington,
West
near Portland.
Is the best. Okay, so I'll start out with I'm just trying to get the conversation going here. So first time I saw Star Wars was a tragic tale of a crying child. On opening day, my parents lagged and didn't get down there to the theater in time, so there was only separate seating, and my mom would not let me sit next to a stranger. I know. I mean, if she only knew, I mean, like a few years later, she would have totally let me sit next to a stranger.
Like, please.
So we couldn't go. We got all the way there, and this was opening day, and got back. And I remember, I didn't even know what I was watching, but I melted down, like nuclear meltdown. It's the only one I've ever remember having as a kid. Just completely was bawling and being a little baby about it. 2 weeks later, my big sister took me Oceanside. I'll never forget it. Oceanside, California, down in San Diego. I sat way in the back, and again, I was 7, so I caught most of what was going on, but it was like nothing I've ever seen before. Not that I had the biggest life perspective at 7. The biggest takeaway, though, and this is no joke, was Chewbacca. That was the one thing I remember. I loved Chewbacca. It was all about Chewbacca because he looked like Bigfoot, and Bigfoot was really popular in the 70s, and I freaking loved it. And from there, what really kicked it in, it was the perfect age to, I feel so fortunate that I was that age when Star Wars came out, because when Empire came out, I was 10, and that's when the action figures started coming out. And even though the critics and a lot of the fans at the time did not like Empire because of the ending, believe it or not, people were pissed off when they were walking out of the movie theater. It blew me away. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen. It took over my life and really cemented the fact that I was going to be, I knew what I was at that point. I hadn't come to terms with it, but I knew at that point that, like, I am a nerd. I'm a lifelong nerd. This is what I love. I want to do something. And when I grow up, I want to either make a movie or talk about it or do something. That decision was made through Star Wars. As much as I loved comics, it was Star Wars that got me connected with a bunch of my friends. I don't know. One of my childhood friends might be in the chat. He shows up once in a while. He's called the Official Dougie J. I've known him since I was 8. We went and saw Raiders of the Lost Ark for the first time together. Empire Strikes Back, everything. So it changed my life in a positive way. And Star Wars was in my life like every day since then. Even in we were just talking before the live stream started, there's a couple of lulls in Star Wars. One was after Return of the Jedi, and one was after the prequels. It never died or went away, but especially the one in the 80s, there wasn't a lot going on. There was an action figure line. I think there was a game. And then the books didn't come out till the 90s, but there were still tons of fans. I was rewatching. I remember when the VHSs came out, we bought them for like $100, which I still have, which are the original cuts of the movie, although I don't have a VCR. It's kind of hard to play them. But yeah, it's been a huge part of my life. It's why this channel is here. It's why I bought a comic store. I got to meet Peter Mayhew, which was completely surreal. Got to meet Mark Hamill. And, you know, despite what has happened, and despite my feelings on it, I will always have that. And yeah, it feels like I got to see the Beatles, although better. It's better. Yes, Star Wars is better than the Beatles. I just said it. But yeah, we can go around the horn and tell me like you're talking, because I don't know, like what was your first experience with Star Wars?
Real quick,
Odin.
I saw that Mauler is in the chat. Did we want to invite him on?
Of course.
All right. Well, I think only you can share the link, I believe.
Yeah, Mauler. What's up, Mauler? Holy shit.
Also, your friend is in the chat as well. The official Dougie J is in the chat.
Oh, Doug, love you, man.
Oh yeah. But yeah. So Mauler, if he wants to, he's waving at us. So if you want to hit him up. Did you hit up Ethan? Someone was asking where's Ethan, Jeremy, and Jeff.
They don't follow me on Twitter, but I'll tweet at them real quick.
Actually, you know, wait, what am I talking about? I have the link in the Twitter. I can send.
Yeah, send out the link to whoever you choose. If somebody pops in, I'm gonna have to leave. And come back in because my settings are stupid. So
fun. I will send one to Ethan. Jeff is celebrating his grandma's 95th birthday, and Jeremy is on a cruise ship. So
yeah.
That sounds so fun.
Mauler.
Jeremy's on a cruise now?
Jeremy's on a cruise, yeah.
I remember he remembered that I was on a cruise like about a year ago, and he kept talking about it, and it's just like those little things where he has like a lot of people who come to his live streams and channels, and the fact that he remembered me before I was even a Jeremy account meant a lot to me, and that speaks volumes about him. Yeah.
Good dude. Straight up good dude.
Yeah.
That's
just thought that was kind of nice.
He's a good guy like that. Sometimes.
Hope he has a good time.
All right. So I sent one to Ethan. But yeah, Jeff from More or Less Bullshitters is celebrating Grandma's 95th today. And yeah. So
I just sent a link to you, Mauler, if you want to come in. And you're more than welcome.
Anyway, sorry, I don't want to interrupt. I just want to make sure we covered those.
Yeah. And you sent one to Ethan. Let me see.
Oh, also someone says Doomcock. I don't know.
I got one to Doomcock. I don't think he can make it, but I sent him a link for sure.
Okay. So. And then Wolf. Someone said word of Wolf. I don't think he follows me. But.
Yeah. He's welcome to come. I don't know. I doubt he knows who I am. I was just watching his videos this morning, though.
Does any of you know who I am? Like, I'm nobody.
Oh, hello there.
Hello there.
We have a new person in here. Hi.
Hello.
We're not worthy.
Who's this guy?
Whoa, dude, this is a big moment. I mean, proper Jeremy's here. No, Mauler.
A real star.
What's up, Mauler? And if everybody can hear Mauler and I can't, that means I got to jump back in again because Can you hear Mauler, Jesse?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard any. Right,
Mauler, speak.
Can all of you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I can.
God dang it. Okay. I'll be right back.
He's having some technical difficulties.
It's okay. It works.
Yep.
3PS says Jet. Yes, Lethal Lightning got really excited, or really was wanting a follow on the Twitters. So I followed Lethal Lightning, and then a bunch of people got sad that I didn't follow them, including Drunk 3PS.
Yeah. Well, that was funny because that was when you realized you weren't following me, and then
oh my God, such a dick. And then Lethal Lightning was like, "I wish you were."
Now I can only hear a couple people. This is getting stupid.
I was a little jealous.
Hang in there, everybody.
Okay, well, we can hear you, Gary.
I can hear you. I can't hear Jessie.
Me? You can't hear me?
I can't hear Jessie. She sounds like she's underwater. There's something going on.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Unfortunately,
That's all that matters then.
No, I didn't want to hear Mauler.
I'm the prettier Chewy, so
You are not.
Kind of. I don't know. If Jessie had a beard, it'd be a little better.
Only on a-
but,
yes, exactly. I have the beard, so I win.
All right, chat. Who's the prettier Chewbacca?
All right, so I'm gonna dip out again. Hey, I'll be right back.
Let me get some O's in the chat for Odin and put J if you want Jesse.
J for Jessie.
Get some OJ in the chat.
Oh, just get some OJ going on. No, just J, guys. Just
Wouldn't it be funny if they all just said C for like Chewbacca or P for Peter?
I'm doing that right now.
J. Everyone loves juice.
For new people coming into the chat, this is a charity live stream, so super chats will go to a Peter Mayhew charity thing, and I don't know if any mods are dropping links to the
Oh
thing.
yeah, mods. Peter Mayhew Foundation. It's a website. It's the Peter Mayhew Foundation. Shut up, Odin.
I just posted the PayPal, and also I clearly won that, so thank you, chat. I appreciate it.
It's not over yet. Excuse me. There's got a bunch of J's coming in right now.
Do I need to create a poll? Is that what you need?
Proper Jeremy, keep track, count it.
You can't create the poll.
Mindless is shouting at her
What
own
is up?
channel.
If I create the poll, then it'll be, whatever. You know what? The Geeky Gamers fan page created a poll earlier today as to who was going to win the fist fight. We know how that went. So, yeah. I'm coming in late. I'm making I'm pinch hitting here. I'm pinch hitting.
I'm in here.
Yay, Gary's back.
Can you hear everybody?
I can hear everybody. I had to go in through Chrome. I was in Safari. That was probably the problem.
Well, that was your problem. Wait a minute.
Sorry.
I'm the rookie. I'm the rookie. Really?
You have a Mac?
Boomer.
Do you have a Mac? That's your problem.
I have a Mac.
That's your problem, Gary.
I'm aware of this. I'm aware of
PC
this.
is a master race.
Yes.
Yes. Mauler. What's up? How you doing?
I'm up late doing editing and stuff, and I saw that you guys had gone. I recently subscribed to you, sir, because of the last time we met. So I was like, oh, they're doing a thing. I'm subscribed to too many people. It's like every day I have to check the entire feed. So I'm like, oh, they're doing this, they're doing this. But yeah, how is everybody?
We are well.
Fantastic. Your video was brilliant, by the way, Mauler.
Oh, right. We didn't get to talk about that. I mean, it's a bit off topic, but yeah, that was how I felt about that episode.
Yes. Yeah, I probably shouldn't get me started on that. I've been on a bit of a kick lately.
No, we're not fighting today, children. We're all
Peter Mayhew and Star Wars Day, not
Star Wars Day.
Not the name that shall not be named.
Yes. But well done, and thank you for coming on. That is a privilege. And everybody, thank you for coming on. Why don't you we were just talking about Star Wars, so take it away, somebody. Tell me why you love Star Wars. I know it's like a very basic question, but we're trying to spread some love here. And or talk about Peter. And of course, if anybody didn't know, Peter passed a couple of days ago. It was announced on Twitter, yesterday, I think? Mecca, day before?
It was the 30th, I believe. And then they just tweeted it out, I think the 1st.
Yeah, he passed away on Tuesday night. It was tweeted out Thursday afternoon.
It was kind of nice that they gave the family just a little bit of privacy until they officially announced it.
The family was the one who they didn't say anything to anybody until then. So they kept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first I saw was on his actual Twitter. It's from his family had access to it. So yeah.
Angie handles all of his business, and she is a firecracker. That one, she is on top of everything. So, okay. So start with you, Jessie. You started this.
Okay, all right.
Why do you love Star Wars?
I honestly, I don't. I know you're talking about the first time you saw it. I think I was about 5. I honestly don't remember my life before Star Wars was a part of it. My first imaginary friends were like my first time like playing make believe and stuff was Luke Skywalker, Yoda, Han, Chewie, of course Chewie. And that was, those are my earliest. My best friend in kindergarten was my best friend because he was the only other person who knew who Boba Fett was. And so I just grew up with it being part of my life. We had it on VHS. We had the versions that had the interviews in front, the George Lucas interviews at the beginning. And I remember it had this screen when you put it in. The first thing that came, it was launching the. It was when the escape pod launched from Leia's blockade runner, and they had this little voiceover that was for those who remember for those who will never forget, and for those experiencing it for the first time. And there was this little, like, essentially trailer for Star Wars. And I just remember, and to this day, anytime we put that in, anytime I see that, I just get this electric feeling, like the greatest thing on earth is about to happen. And I just, I don't know, it's been such a part of my life for so long. We had that matching game growing up, the Millennium Falcon one, where you'd push a button on it and you'd have to match the sound bites. And so those sound bites too, every time I hear that, like, I know all of those sound bites by heart. And I just, like, it followed me. It was like, that's how I learned about the world and morality. When I was young, my first favorite character was Luke. And then by kindergarten, I was like, I wonder what it would be like to have Darth Vader as a friend, and experimented with the dark side.
In kindergarten.
By kindergarten, I was like, the dark side.
Explains a lot.
And then Han rapidly became my favorite, and I realized, like, he was the shades of gray. He was the iconoclast. He didn't fit the mold. He was the one that was the most, who reminded me the most of the person that I was in my head. You know, when you're young and you're, like, developing as a human being, there's the person you are in your head, and there's the person that you are in the world, and you realize that people don't actually see you the way you see yourself. And I went through a lot of shit in college where that all, like, my entire sense of self broke down. My entire personality was, like, destroyed. And I rebuilt myself pointedly and I modeled that after Han Solo. I modeled every decision of who I wanted to be. And that was even a thing for me. Like, got into a moment where, like, I was upset about something, I had to face something difficult. My mantra was Han wouldn't cry. Han Solo wouldn't cry. And so he's, like, my actual role model. He's the actual person that I modeled myself after him. And I'm now the person that I'm exactly the person that I've always wanted to be. And it's because of Han. So, and Han wouldn't be Han, of course, without Chewbacca. That's my really long story.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, Han Solo, Harrison Ford, Han Solo, Indiana Jones were okay. This is embarrassing. It was such an influence on me. I would try to walk like him, talk like him, and if Doug's in the chat, I used to. Indiana Jones used to do this over his whiskers. I picked up that habit like before I could even shave. I'd be all, you know,
Amazing.
and I'd carry around a little notebook because Indiana Jones did, and I wanted to be an archaeologist for a little while, except I didn't want to go to all that school for it. But yeah, I feel you there.
Why do you think my smile is lopsided?
Freaking Harrison Ford was, was the coolest guy ever back then. I wanted to be Harrison Ford, basically. So, hey, Mauler. Since I don't know much about you, do you still like Star Wars, or has?
Hey, I'm one of the rare people who liked I like the prequels. I was still okay with that era, though I'm absolutely aware of all of the issues. But the reason why is because they released around about the time that I was the perfect age to just absorb it all and love it all unabashedly. But which may have happened with the sequels, but I was too old by then. My heart has already died, so it's not going to work on me. But yeah, I started with the OT at age around 6 to 8, is somewhere around there, because my dad, my bloody hero, showed me basically every single movie of all time as soon as I was able to retain memory, and the OT was one of the main ones he wanted to make sure I saw immediately. And then I was just excited for the prequels, and then everything runs on through. Not exactly sure what kind of origin story you could actually pull from how much I love Star Wars as a whole. And I still, everyone's like, what is Star Wars exactly defined as? Everyone cuts a different line for where it ends or where it begins, different EU content, or some people obviously would rather assume the prequels don't exist. Some people hate Return of the Jedi even. Some people be like, that one's even, everyone draws a different line. When you say, like, I like Star Wars with an asterisk, you're just like, I don't exactly know where I would draw the line personally. But yeah, I would happily ignore the sequels and say that I still love Star Wars. And when I think of it, it does involve the prequels, and it's just this enormous, amazing world that has a bunch of characters and stories that can teach us all a lot about what to value.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, I look at the prequels with a whole new appreciation now. I really do. I was probably, I mean, they're still bad, but they're still Star Wars. Like Jeremy says, they're still Star Wars. They still feel like Star Wars. You know, I got to be, I was lucky enough to go to Lucas Ranch while they were making Revenge of the Sith. Got to see George. He gave me the worst look in the world. I walked into his ranch. He's like, it gave me the, what the F is this guy doing here? Look. And I shouldn't have been there, but it was fun. It was fun. And, yeah, you know, and that's the beauty of fandom is we can pick and choose what we are. I call it headcanon here. So, you know, you can pick whatever you want to count. It doesn't really matter what Disney or Bob Iger or Kathleen Kennedy say. Odin, Star Wars origin story.
So my first Star Wars film was actually the 1999 classic Phantom Menace. That's really all I can really remember. I can't remember any Star Wars films before then because that was when I was like, you know, 9, 10. So my first film was around the age of 11. And so I saw that in theaters. I saw all the prequels in theaters. And as a kid, loved them. One of my favorite games growing up was the pod racing game on the N64. It was so much freaking fun. And so I grew up with it then. And then as I got older, I just started to think about the films more as I started to actually like go to the theaters all the time and study through film. I started to think about the prequels a little bit more. And so I kind of started to sour on them a little bit. But over that time period, I'd found, of course, by that time, the originals and fallen in love with them. And so it's basically just been this back and forth. And of course, last few years, especially ever since I got access to the despecialized editions, it's just been wonderful. Like to see what the films were originally as they were originally intended has been fantastic. So that's basically my story. I started off with the prequels, loved them as a kid. As I grew up, didn't like them as much. But yeah, the sequel trilogy has definitely helped me appreciate those prequels a hell of a lot more because there is a cohesive story. And even though there is no, you know, some characters that we fall in love with from the original trilogy in those prequels, it's still awesome.
And it's proof that it stands the test of time that we're on like the 3rd generation now. You know, I'm clearly the oldest person here. So, Jessie, how old were you when you saw Star Wars for the first time?
I think I was about 5.
And what was that? 2005? 2000.
5.
You all look 10. Y'all look 10 to me. So
the first Star Wars film that I saw in theaters was A New Hope for the special edition. I had already seen Star Wars then. So what year did the special editions? Because the first special edition come out?
97.
97.
I was already a hardcore fan by that point. That was
nice.
the first time I saw Star Wars in theaters, and I was a hardcore fan by before then.
Proper Jeremy, what is your Star Wars origin story?
I also saw the Phantom Menace for the first.
Improper, Jeremy.
Indeed. No, I actually had kind of an odd introduction to it. I'm a little younger, but still born in the 20th century. So when I saw it for the first time, it was the Phantom Menace, and I found it in a VHS in my parents' basement, and I watched it and was just like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And I was like, wow, what a bold choice to name it Episode 1. Like, you're going to be having more sequels. It's great. And having no concept of, you know, what prequels were. Saw the second one, and then I went to my uncle's house, and he said, you know, there are more Star Wars movies, right? And I'm like, what? Really? And this is before Revenge of the Sith came out. And he was just like, yeah, and they're better. I'm like, this is the most amazing news I've ever heard. This is fantastic. So I watched all 3 of them pretty much in one sitting, and I fell in love with all of them. And when Revenge of the Sith came out, I was grounded. I'm not going to go into the details of why, but it was a very horrible reason. And then when the punishment was I couldn't see the new Star Wars movie. And Episode 3 at that time, that was going to be the last Star Wars movie. I was going to be missing it. I was really sad. But then my dad, the last day of school, took me to see it. And the theater, after a month of being out, was still packed. And people were cheering at the beginning of the movie. And it just kind of showed, what Star Wars meant to not just me, but to everybody who was in that theater, everybody who's loved Star Wars. Even at the end of the summer, the theaters were still packed because people loved this series so much and they thought this was going to be it. And I was heartbroken thinking that I wouldn't be able to see it. But yeah, over time, I collected a bunch of prequel toys that I still own, and lost all the lightsabers, but but the memories are still there. And I have realized that the prequels have had flaws, but I think of them in a more positive light nowadays. I can't really say the same for the sequels, but it is what it is. So
yeah,
that's kind of what it is in a nutshell, my origin story. But yeah, it was just very exciting. And seeing my uncle was a big nerd and having him be the one to introduce me to the series was just very fitting. And by the way, my grandma threw out all of their old Star Wars toys, all the Kenner toys, you know, and I was not happy about that. I was like, why didn't you give them to me? Just like, I wasn't, it was, they're mad at her for quite some time. They were not on speaking terms, but yeah, that's the gist of it.
That's brilliant. As a former comic shop owner, I loved moms and grandmas who threw kids' stuff away because that's why comic stores existed.
And they go get them at yours, yep.
Yep. Once 20 years rolls around and they got a little more income and the 20-year rule, they're like, I miss my old toys and I could afford them now. And it's like, here I am, right here.
Or you could save a bunch of money and just keep them. Just
yeah.
don't throw them out. What's the most valuable toy that was just like, you know, brought to you? I must ask.
The most valuable toy that was brought to me was the Star Wars the Promise mail away thing, the whole set that I forgot the term for it now, but it was a cardboard thing that says you will be getting these figures in the mail. And
like at Christmas time of 77?
Yeah, it was before the first came out. Some guy brought in one completely packaged. And the year I wasn't working there, I owned the store, but I wasn't working there. I was working for Technicolor because 2008 happened and I had to work 2 jobs. So I was editing for Technicolor, and Roger, who ran the store, got a mailway Boba Fett with the little dart firing out of it, which is what at the time was worth like $5 or $6 grand or something like that. But one of these that goes poo, choking hazard and stuff. And he bought it and kept it, the bastard.
Can you blame him?
No, God, no. I also had, I don't have that one. At the time he was called Snaggletooth, and he was blue. And he was the taller one. There's the little short one that's red, and there's the blue one. He's got silver boots. If you have one with perfect silver boots, that one's worth a couple bucks too. Not too much, but.
Ooh, $3, nice.
I'm
fascinated by these kind of things, really.
People used to bring me in, like, they thought it was a pawn shop, so I would get guns, Confederate money.
Nice. Perfect at the comic shop, man.
Oh yeah, let's go to the comic shop, sell a gun.
Put a little flag on it, say it's Captain America's rifle, of course.
There you go.
Yeah.
Guys, just a quick reminder, if you are watching, there are over 530 people watching and only just over 200 likes. If you are watching, make sure you hit that like button. That will bring more people in, and therefore we can make more money to give to the Peter Mayhew Foundation.
Absolutely. And I will be getting to the super chats. I'm not ignoring, but I want to get around the panel. And we got Mecha Random. What is your Star Wars origin story?
Wow. I'm an old person. I saw Return of the Jedi in the theater the first time around. I don't remember a whole lot of it, but I remember like the books on tape. I loved the books on tape that had like the Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I loved the sequels. And I'm talking like the original trilogy sequels, not like the sequel series and their trilogy. I loved all that. I remember playing Star Wars with the kids across the street when I visit my grandmother, because I was the girl. Of course, I always had to be Princess Leia. It was fine though. It was fun. It was, I never felt like, oh, we need representation, we need diversity. And like, no, we have a girl character. If I want to be Princess Leia, I can be Princess Leia. If I want to be Chewbacca, I can be Chewbacca. It doesn't matter, right? And I grew up with like the original trilogy. I loved it. I was a kid, I loved that. I loved Star Trek. I loved all of the geek stuff because it was smart. It was like what, it was where I just kind of felt like I belonged, just where I fit in. It was all the geek stuff, all the geek franchises and fandoms. And you know, I do want to share one little story. It's not like an origin thing, but I got to shout out South Park for the whole Chewbacca Wookiee defense, or you know, any of like their early mentions of Chewbacca. That's what's really been popping into my head this like last few days since, you know, the whole Peter Mayhew stuff. It's like that's kind of where my brain goes. Is like, oh, I remember the South Park episode where they're doing the Wookiee defense and where they're doing, you know, Wendy wins for her Chewbacca costume. You know, it's one of those things that's so ingrained in our society. You find Chewbacca stuff everywhere. You can go to the drugstore, there's Star Wars stuff with Chewbacca on it. You can go anywhere. And that's one of the things that I love about it. And that's one of the things, that's why we're all here. That's why we're all, you know, that's why we all found each other with Star Wars between here at Geeks and Gamers, Jessie Milestone, Odin, all these channels because of Star Wars, you know, and that's just something I think that it's kind of a profound, amazing sort of thing that we can kind of come together and be like, yes, we still love this, even though we kind of hated Last Jedi, even though some of us more than others. No, I'm definitely, I have to find something to like about it, Porgs, I know. But no, I think that that's one of the most profound things is like Star Wars is one of those things that we can kind of all come together and say, yes, we have fond memories somewhere in the franchise and somewhere in the fandom. So yeah, I've just always grown up with it. Yeah, I'm an old person.
Not as old as me. Don't worry, you're not. And that's the one positive thing that's even out of unbridled hate and positive thing, for lack of a better term, positive things can come out of it because you're right, Becca. We found each other. You know, I knew you through Star Trek, but you know, Critic, you know, Proper Jeremy. That's all through Geeks and Gamers and Jessie, and I've been watching all cats before I subscribed to you. And by the way, thanks for the sub, Mauler. I sub to you as well, sir. Yeah, hey, everyone counts. So the Rookie Critic, again, the heart and soul of the Fandom Menace. What is that, my friend? What is your Star Wars origin story?
Oh, where do I begin, my friend? In a way, I'll say it kind of begins with my mom. She used to work at a theater in Beaverton back in the day when Star Wars first came out. And we actually still have, she used to have a bunch of these, like, you know, an original Chewbacca, like from, I don't know if this was like from a year later, maybe. They had like a party at the theaters that they were at that they would own, and they just get this stuff all the time. They had old film strips from that they played in the movie theater, but they lost those. But you know, and I grew up, it's just always been in my life. I can't say when I first saw Star Wars because it's just always existed for me. And you know, I grew up with the prequels, saw Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith in theaters, definitely. I still have a bunch of the toys that I used to play with. And yes, we lost our lightsabers too, but we were innovative and used the little olive swords that they get in drinks or whatever for certain ones. And they make good lightsaber replacements, that's for sure, on all my guys. So they fit the grips pretty well.
I wish I would have thought of that.
Yeah, they saved us big time. Like in a way, Star Wars was a big inspiration for my own creativity. If anybody watches my channel, I do lots of weird skits and you know, just the creative writing ideas. When I was younger in like 5th grade, I would inject me and my friends into our own little Star Wars stories, and they're horrible, but I still have them saved, and I might share those someday. And you know, we have even do you guys ever play Star Wars Battleship? Like they had an actual battleship, and I don't know if the batteries work on this thing, but it's like, you know, Rebel Commander fire, you know, and it's just Battleship on a better freaking level than just you know, a knight or whatever to E4, you know, hit. No, this does it for you and does all the sound effects, and it's all cool. So Star Wars has just always been a part of it. The video games, played you know, Battlefront growing up, Lego Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith, The Force Unleashed, like everything. So like, it's just always been a part. And I mean, my brother and I even now go see the new ones, the sequels. He loves it to death. But you know, I just watch it to see if I'll get something out of it, which I usually don't. But you know, yeah, that's my Star Wars story.
I remember that Battleship. My kids played that. I will never forget those sounds. I heard them over and over and over again. So we'll pepper in some super chats and just keep it going.
Jeremy re-entered the chat, by the way. I don't know if you could hear him talk or if he muted himself. He's still on his yacht, I think. So yeah.
I think he muted himself, but
Jeremy, go have a freaking vacation already.
Yeah.
He's been hanging here, so I thought I'd just mention that.
This is what I do, okay? This is what I do. I don't care if I'm in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. All my favorite people are on a live stream, and I'm going to be here connection willing. So that's what I do.
When he is on a cruise with his family.
Hey.
No, hey, wait. Come on. I got their permission. So it's all good. Plus, look, my kid, my daughter's 13. The best thing I can do is stay out of her sight when she's with her friends. The only thing I'm good for is her to say, my dad's got a YouTube channel that a lot of people watch. That's it. Outside of that, it's get away from me, Dad.
Jeremy, you're actually wearing the headphones. This is the first time ever, guys. Jeremy is wearing the headphones. They aren't just around his neck. He is wearing them.
It's so windy. It's so windy right now. Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear the wind.
We can hear the wind. You know, you can go inside for a second. Might help.
No, the signal here. I'll just duck down in this corner. I'm on the front of the ship right now. All right, look. There we go.
Weren't you the one who told me when I went on a cruise about, I don't know, like a while ago? You said, you know, I was Voorhees at the time. Hey, go enjoy your cruise. Get out of here. Like, what are you talking about? And look at you. Look at you right here.
Look, I've even got my battery. I even got my battery juice pack to hold my charge on my phone because my phone was going dead. So.
Oh, you got a new board. Nice.
But look, here's the deal. My family got more time with me than they have had in the past year and a half this few days, and they're already sick of me. So I'm back to doing what I do. So, I mean, Jessie can confirm. More than a few minutes with me in real life is more than enough.
It's a lot.
So.
It's quite a bit.
But, you know,
get away from him.
Can you guys hear me okay? Because again, I don't want to be a distraction.
You sound much better than a few minutes ago.
You sound way better.
Yeah, a lot of the wind is blocked out, so you're good.
Okay, good deal. But yeah, real quick, I know you were talking about introduction to Star Wars. Just want to share mine real quick, and it's Return of the Jedi. When I was younger, shocking. I know this is going to shock the internet, but I talked a lot, and my parents got tired of hearing my mouth. Amazing, I know. And Return of the Jedi was one of the few things they could actually turn on that would shut me the hell up. And so every time I would be like aggravating them, which was the majority of the time I was awake, they would say, put that damn movie on with those little bears running around because he'll shut up. And of course, those were the Ewoks. And then, so that was my introduction into Star Wars, was Return of the Jedi. I got the Scout Command Walker Tower that had the swing on the bottom. I posted the picture before on social media with my nappy blonde curly hair and my cat. And I thought that was going to make me cool and people would come over to my house and hang out with me, but they just threw stuff at me. But that's okay. But so but Return of the Jedi was my introduction to Star Wars. And so even though that's not my favorite Star Wars movie, that's like nostalgia wise, that's the Star Wars movie I connect with the most from my childhood. And then obviously I'm a big prequel defender. Mauler, I didn't know you were a prequel defender, but or at least a prequel lover. I don't know if you've ever defended them per se, but
I'll defend Revenge of the Sith typically. I like to defend it.
Nice.
I intend to respond to a lot of what Plinkett said about it once I finally get around to them. Because I think his take on Revenge of the Sith was really harsh compared to the other two.
Agree.
Yeah. And Revenge of the Sith, to me, I consider it a great Star Wars movie. It's my second favorite Star Wars movie, and I'm not saying it doesn't have some issues, whereas some of like Empire doesn't per se, but Revenge of the Sith, especially after watching the Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith is amazing. But yeah, so, and Mauler, I'm sorry, I really wanted to join your live stream last night. If I would have known my connection would have held this good, I would have joined, just so I could have talked to Wolf about Game of Thrones, because I listened I listened to his rant, and I had to share it. I think I tagged you on it, but I was like, oh my God, he is so pissed, and I love it. So
yeah, the angriest I think I've seen him, and it came out of nowhere. He just went nuts. It was something that was on the back of his mind, I guess.
That is awesome. But anyway, I'm here in the background. I'm going to mute. So if you need me, I'm here. And if you do turn to me, Gary, that's just because my signal is spotty, but I'm here in spirit. If you need to kick me, if anybody else wants to come on, feel free to kick me. I won't take it personal. I will not claim any Me Too shit or anything like that. I'm good. So
we can
I'm a white male. I
bit.
get I get disrespected every day. I'm a white male. I'm used to it. So, but anyway, I'm gonna mute. And but yeah, this is an awesome panel that you guys have put together. Again, Jessie, just effing awesome. I'm gonna try not to cuss. So, but anyway, good job on hosting, Gary. And I'm gonna mute, and I'll be here if you need me. Kick me if you don't.
Man. Thank you.
All right.
We're gonna get a couple super chats here, and start out with. What was that?
I'm reminding everyone to hit the like button. We still have far more viewers than likes.
Yeah.
Share it on Twitter, share it out on Facebook, all that.
And fondle the like button.
Discord servers.
And remember,
press it.
Yes.
Chats go to the charity, and the links are being dropped by Odin and other mods in the chat to go donate to the Peter Mayhew Foundation. So go support Chewbacca's thing, and
yeah, and don't forget to share it on MySpace too. Don't forget MySpace.
We cannot forget
No,
MySpace.
never forget that. Never forget.
Tom's always watching. If anybody, Tom's always watching.
I unfriended Tom because I wanted to.
You're
Odin
so
is
edgy.
just so mean.
Tom was never my friend. I was very sad.
On Minds, Gab, all of the new media stuff. Get it shared.
Yeah.
I'm on Gab too. I forgot. Oh well. Well.
TikTok. Share it on TikTok. I don't know.
All right.
Snapchat, Instagrams, all the stuff.
You have like 100 super chats, by the way.
Yeah, I'm like I really got. So I'm gonna try to run through these. Everybody deserves their time. We'll pepper through them. And again, these will go. I'm gonna cover the 30%, which God, I'm gonna regret saying that, but that's okay. Whatever. It's for good charity. And I will keep everybody. Because we don't get this money for like a month. But
Remind them about the highest super chat.
And yes, the highest super chat gets what's left of my Star Wars action figures. So I won't go through the whole thing, but we'll just right there. There you go. And there's like a couple that are, the Bespin Leia is kind of hard to find. So it's got her plastic robe and everything. First super chatter is Proper Jenny for $5. Rest in peace, Peter. The Force will be with you always. Thank you, Proper Jenny.
Yes, you're welcome.
And Mary Mayhem just simply says, I'm here for Proper Jeremy. $2. There you go.
For me? Oh.
Not here for me either.
Oh, no.
So she didn't know you were here, Mecca. If
she
had
does.
known,
She's I'm supposed to be over on her karaoke stream in a bit here, and I wanted to take some time over here because this is like definitely worth it. But no, I'm jealous because she's kind of my YouTube girlfriend, and
I'm always on the stream with Proper Jeremy. We go hand in hand.
She likes you guys more. Fine. Fine.
It's all good.
I see how she is. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Well, we'll get her. We'll make sure she's there in time, Mary. Miss, just simply Miss for $2. Team Proper. So we've got Team Proper here. That's good. Good.
I didn't know that was a thing. But yeah, I told a couple people, and they send their regards.
It is now a thing.
How can you love a person like Ginevra? Seriously, Lord.
So how?
I don't know. We had a great time stealing Jeremy's car. That was pretty fun.
Who would want to do that? I mean, like,
the Kia? Because the Kia is awesome. We got to steal the Kia. Because that's the chip.
No,
right?
we just took the one that was available.
It starts with a screwdriver. So, Lethal Lightning for Australian $2. Proper is crack ho rip chew. R.I.P. Chewy. So Proper is. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Proper is a crack hoe. R.I.P. Chewy.
I was just on his stream earlier. Come on, man.
No.
Obviously, there's some bad blood there.
No, oh no,
they're basically dating. Yeah.
It's a bromance. You know, I'm a co-host on his stream. Lethal Lightning is good people.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a bromance. You just watch him sleep at night and follow him around, and yeah, it's no big deal.
Yeah,
Gary,
no one has to know.
No one. Hey, no harm, no foul.
And Gary, is it total super chats? Like, is it like the total that someone has donated, or is it total single super chat for the person that wins?
Good question. Now, yeah, I think total super chat. So if somebody like puts in like 35, $10, yeah. So whoever has the most money at the end in super chats. Now I can't tell you, it's probably best if you donate to Peter Mayhew Foundation directly, because the YouTube doesn't get that 30% and they don't have to wait. They get it right away. But it's only if you super chat here, because I don't know if you're donating over there. I have no way of keeping track of that. So
don't donate like $200 $1 donations, because that's going to be hell to count.
That will be hell to count. I can't count that high.
201 to surpass the other person.
I am California publicly school educated. I can barely spell my own name. And I obviously couldn't spell Peter when this thing started out. So Thomas Gilkey for $5. Proper Jeremy is the best. Wow. Look at all this love for Proper Jeremy.
I'm not used to this.
Say all that,
Yeah.
What was that?
You said you paid them to say all that,
No, I didn't. But it would be money well spent though if I did.
It certainly is. So when are you going to have your parody account? So it's Proper Jeremy?
There are already a few of them. There's Proper Jeremy's Appendix that is running away. When I got that taken out, there's Party Pooper Proper, and there's a few of them. There's Proper Jeremy's Left Testicle, which has more video views, channel views than I do, which makes me really upset.
I love that.
Serves you right.
It serves me right.
Yeah.
But oh god, I didn't know there were this many of me. You could just keep going. But yeah, I have a lot of I have friends. I told them about this, and they're very happy for me, and they're just being supportive.
Well, and it goes to a good cause, so there's that.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you everybody who's donating, regardless of whose name it is. But it's all going to a good cause. So thank you.
It's going to a good cause. Geeks and Gamers, $100. Jeremy.
Gamers need to be disqualified from the contest.
He's gonna get your toys. Man.
He's disqualified from the contest.
I don't think
he's definitely exempted himself. He already said that.
Disqualified. Disqualified.
I was gonna say, if you're over 100,000 subscribers, you don't get the action figures. You get a silver play button. That's it. Did Jeremy ever get his? Oh, that's weird. Ripa got his. Geeks and Gamers, $100. Thank you, Peter. The Fandom Menace appreciates everything you did for all of our lives. Hashtag Chewy forever. Damn straight. We've lost Carrie, we've lost Peter, and it just reminds me we're getting old. And we'll never have that again. Somebody asked me before we get. Somebody asked me, they were watching Endgame. It was somebody in the chat asked me in a live stream, was Avengers Endgame like the most boisterous crowd? Was this the biggest like film event I have ever been to? And I can honestly say it was nowhere near what Return of the Jedi was. I can't even put into words what that was like when that third movie came out. As raucous and as excited as everybody was for Endgame, it was just, and maybe because I was younger, I was 13 at the time. It just felt like probably because we had to wait in line for hours, and there was multiple people waiting for multiple theaters, and it was everybody hanging out for hours. So it was just a big party. And for Endgame, everybody can get their assigned seating. It just wasn't the same. It was still pretty damn exciting, but like Return of the Jedi was.
And that's why I wish that instead of tracking actual like dollars, they track ticket sales, because one thing I will say is that now you have showings starting around 7 p.m. You have it in multiple theaters. There are so many more megaplexes now than there were then too. So it's like almost unfair to compare it because it was so different back then. And that's why I really do wish that they would tell us how many individual tickets. Now, of course, it's very hard to track that, especially back then when it was all just manual sales. But it would be really nice to have that figure and not just a dollar amount, because obviously inflation, etc. Because I mean, that's the reason why Gone with the Wind is still one of the highest grossing films of all time when you adjust for inflation, because of how many individual tickets were sold to that film for like $1 or not 50 cents or so, whatever it cost to go to a movie at the time.
I think there were 25 cents at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those movies stayed in the theater forever too.
Yeah.
You'd have those movies in there for like 6 months at a time.
Yeah, you
And
didn't
life
exactly
sucked
have
back then,
unless
too.
you had a projector. You couldn't exactly take it home until it came on television. So there's a lot of reasons. Oh, Jessie has a question.
Yeah, I just want to pass along that Jeff from World Class Bullshitters says that he loves everybody.
We love him too.
Oh, we love him.
We love you too, Jeff. Yeah.
We
know.
Happy birthday to his grandmother, by the way.
Yeah, happy birthday, Nana.
They're probably having a much better party than we could ever try to throw.
Yeah.
Definitely, I've been getting some updates. Jeff is definitely having a very good party.
Good. She's 95. That is brilliant.
My grandma's gonna be there in a few years too. So
Sweet.
No way in hell I'm getting there. I'll enjoy my last 10 years. I abused my body pretty hard in the 80s. That was worth it though. Rich,
women in my family live forever, so I'm gonna be around till the end of time.
well, yeah, don't they say angry and cantankerous people just live forever?
That's
So
what happens.
yeah, there you go.
I'm
Too
always-
angry to die.
I was like officially jaded by 14. I will 100% be bitter and I will be like cantankerous and all the things.
You're
I was like
practicing with the
10
dark
and
side.
Oh yeah, I was born with the
In
dark side.
kindergarten, yeah.
So
You'll need to keep your channels when you get older. When you're 95, you can all come back on and just show us how you are at 95.
I'm gonna watch the whole process.
Oh no!
Fandom Menace,
No.
Fandom Menace 60 years later, and then just go from there.
My retirement is me like riding horses in the sunset somewhere and then hopping on the internet going, "Fuck everyone." That's retirement.
My retirement's gonna be like, okay, hand me the legal weed and the tequila or whatever, and I'm gonna sit in there playing like video poker or bingo or something.
My great grandmother. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, so what do we create a family retirement farm and we all retire there together?
We were sent off to a farm.
We all-
Our children just sent us there.
They send us, unfortunately, our farm involves a lot of substances.
Those are the oldest nerds in the galaxy.
Oh yeah. If I hit 90, I'm picking everything back up again. I'm gonna try shit I never did. I'm gonna do like ayahuasca, DMT. I'm gonna pick up smoking again. I'm gonna start drinking.
You need it when you're older, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop acid. I'm gonna do it all in my last 10 years.
Doing all of that while playing with the old Star Wars toys.
Yes,
Mhm.
with my diapers on.
Please, I'm 40 and I've got Godzilla toys.
Jeremy gets that age. Jeremy's like, "Fuck it, I'm 80. Let's just do some coke."
Yeah.
80-year-old Jeremy doing coke for the first time.
And he'll still have his-
Now you listen to your grandpa Odin, and he'll tell you about the Fandom Menace.
Somehow you gained an accent.
story of the Fandom Menace.
Parents are the parents of our grandchildren to be like, "You can't visit grandma and grandpa anymore. You can't. They're not allowed." They gave you alcohols last time you were there. We're like, "Yes, just alcohols."
That's what my grandparents did. It's all good. The best part about raising kids is what they said is having grandkids. Is what they said, and my parents were not happy with that.
Harsh.
But it is nice because you don't have to raise them; you can spoil them.
Yeah,
you only get the fun parts, and they love to see you.
Be quiet, Jeremy. How to read super chats.
No, it's okay. You started talking about grandparents, and I started thinking about I'm closer to being a grandpa than I was before, obviously, because I'm getting older. Because one of my ex-girlfriends is a grandma now.
Oh,
And I'm 49. I'm not that old yet, but she's a grandma now, and I was like, "Ooh, that one hit me."
We're going to be talking about Star Trek.
I've got kids that I like do in high school who are like, they got pregnant really young.
Yep.
They're grandparents. I'm like, no, what is wrong with you? I'm still like I feel like I'm 15 still. Nice.
Because you are, but that's okay. So am I. I am not one to judge.
It's the harpy vampire alien ninja. I can't remember what all the people have said I am. I think I'm a harpy vampire alien ninja. I can't remember what else.
Bathing in virgin blood.
Probably, yeah, that's probably it too. Immortal. I think they've said I'm immortal. That works.
Yeah.
Hey Mecca, when you were growing up, did you ever have people asking if you worship the devil?
Oh, they said I was satanic because I didn't know what it was.
Oh, that's nice.
But of course, I have like Ouija boards on guitars and shit. And I have like, yeah, I was always into the occult and stuff. So yeah, of course it did.
I used to tell
Heavy metal and punk rock.
people would ask me that so much that I would start saying, "Why would I worship my own husband?" Totally freaked out.
He's kind
I
of
would
a
just
jerk.
correct them. I would just correct their grammar. I'm one of those people. I would just correct your grammar or your spelling or something. It's like, no, it's not satanic.
I'll worship him once he can fold his own laundry. That bastard. Rich for $10. No comment, just $10. Thank you, Rich. Drunk 3PO. What's up, Drunk 3PO? How's it going? 1999. Much love to Peter. Much love to all you guys and the panel. Drunk 3PO. It's like I'm drunk. Thank you very much. And Drunk 3PO does videos.
He also donates to charity a lot and helps kids in El Salvador and stuff. He's a good guy.
Wow.
Yeah, he donates a vast majority of it to it.
People, Black Angus Reviews actually crowdfunded for Drunk 3PO to go see Captain Marvel, and they raised over $300. So the rest of that went to charity, but he also had to wear a Captain Marvel T-shirt. So check out Drunk 3PO.
Is Drunk 3PO here?
No,
is
he's
Drunk 3PO here.
He's in the chat.
Earlier,
He lives in Orlando, right?
Yes, he does.
Or the Alligators.
All right, Drunk 3PO. All right, I don't know when I can do it, but car video, Z-Car, Orlando, you, me, let me know, because I think we could do some awesome stuff, and I appreciate the fact that you do so much for charity and stuff like that. So anything I can do to help you with that too, and if there's any animal shelters that we can work with for geeks and gamers down there in the Orlando area, let me know. So just hit me up on Twitter, buddy. And they're playing Creed right now. If you guys can see that. Can you guys see that?
Can you take me? Oh, sorry, you meant the.
You must go see the movie.
With arms wide open, under sunlight.
Is that your favorite?
Sounds pretty good.
Right, Creed or Switchfoot? Creed or Switchfoot?
Really? You gonna go Christian rock on me?
Obviously. Duh.
Jethro Tull. That's my answer. Jethro Tull.
Nothing wrong with Jethro Tull.
Switchfoot. Actually, I'd pick Alter Bridge.
Oh, Alter Bridge. Yes.
Yes, it's Creed except good.
They did Edge's theme song. Any wrestling fans out there? They did Edge's theme song.
Creed
On this day, I see clearly.
I feel like a youngster. I have no idea.
To life. Oh, it's so good. Love
so
it.
when you say Creed except good, what you mean is not anything like Creed.
Yes, exactly, because they have a good singer.
They changed the singer. That's it.
Yes. Yeah, but.
Ooh, we got shots fired in the chat. Mauler loves Nickelback.
Oh.
When? I don't remember saying that.
More Britney Spears.
I would hope not.
Hey, I still want to, since we're on the topic of Creed, I'm still pressuring Lucasfilm. Let's just go all in and screw up The Rise of Skywalker ultimately and have Scott Stappen's Creed just sing the Star Wars intro for Rise of Skywalker. If we're going to screw this up, then let's screw it up all the way. I want Scott Stapp with a button-up shirt unbuttoned with wind blowing the shirt behind him, and he's standing there and he's just singing. Or maybe he can sing the opening crawl. Let's do that. Go for it, Lucas.
Bill Murray lyrics. He could just make a Bill Murray lyric. Star Wars, nothing but Bar Wars.
I want Ben Swolo with the shirt billowing open. That's what I want.
Yeah.
We'll put Ben in that spot.
Showing off his one pack. All right. So thank you. Wait, God damn it.
I was Drunk 3PO.
Drunk 3PO. So Matt Jarbo for $10. We may not all agree on everything, but we agree on this. Kudos on the live stream. Thank you, Matt. Yes, this is a time of peace. Although I don't if somebody likes a movie, I don't not like them. And I don't think any of us do, really. I think we just keep it focused on the story and what's going inside the story and what's ruining everything. So
you should go around everybody and see what everyone's guilty pleasure is. I'll start Batman and Robin.
Yes.
Whoa, really?
That's a good
No,
one.
I gotta
but I
know.
love it.
Wow.
Movies specifically, or just in general?
I don't know. Pick whatever you want. It's so
I
fun.
think that's a great topic. Jesse, go.
Well, I can't say Batman Forever now because this is way worse than mine. I will defend Batman Forever to my grave. Okay. I say I don't have guilty pleasures though, because I'm proud of all the shit I like.
Mm-hmm.
But I will go with My Chemical Romance because they're still one of my favorite freaking bands.
My son loves that band.
They're
He writes good comic books. He writes very good comic books.
Dude, I still need to watch Umbrella Academy.
Oh, it's good.
Mm.
It's good.
Is that Umbrella guy in it?
Hey there. No.
No.
It would be better.
I always have to make those puns.
It'll be in the reboot.
I don't.
Only
That's
in
why
the
we're
reboot.
not friends.
By the way, we love Tug. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, good guy.
Hey, can I jump in and say something real quick, Gary?
yes.
Okay, chat, stop fucking with Matt. He came in here, he offered a positive super chat for a positive message. No need in you fucking with him. That was the whole point about what I said. This is something that goes beyond all of our differences. You may not like Matt. You know, I've had my problems with Matt. This ain't about that. So stop messing with him. All right, I'm sorry. Just had to say that.
He donated to charity. That is a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Yes.
May the
Yep,
fourth
this is
on
a
your
positive
ground.
stream.
May the fourth be with everyone, including Matt Jarbo.
Yep.
Yes.
Neutral
Yep.
ground.
But not Brie Larson. Screw her.
No.
Unless she comes in here and actually starts donating money instead of sending people to see her movie, then we will say things.
Yes.
Well, she's on the forefront of everything, Odin. She's on the forefront of diversity
Oh my
and
God,
inclusion.
Gary, don't even with me, Gary.
The moment
Odin.
SJWs and us agree on something, like she shouldn't be Captain Marvel, that's when you know. That's when you really fucking know. Plot is too nice.
Well, we always said she should be an African American character because that's what people remember. It's crazy.
To be fair,
All right, it's time. Hey, it's time for me to leave. It's time for me to leave. I just had a Clerks 2 moment where I think it was Dante or Rant. Was it Dante opened up the bathroom door and Mosier was sitting there with the kid and he goes, "Don't look at his wee wee." I just walked past kids when I dropped that F-bomb and the parents were like, "What is this guy screaming at his phone for?" So it's time for me. It's time. It's time for me to bounce. I'm in wind tunnels. I'm screaming. I'm horrifying kids. Anyway, I love all of you. I appreciate all of you, and we'll definitely get back to it when I get back next week. And I'm sure we can get somebody that's better than me to join this anyway because I've been holding up a spot. So thank you all, Gary, Jesse, everybody.
Without you. I just want you to know, Jeremy, we've all just been crying because you've been away from us. You mean so much. We can't do anything without you. I just want you to feel good about that. And we're all
YouTube has stopped.
There's a lot of sarcasm. There's a lot of
Shut
sarcasm.
up and enjoy your cruise.
I enjoy.
Go meet up once
All right.
and come back fast. It'll be great.
We love you, Jeremy.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Kisses.
See ya.
And
Jeremy
he's
from
never
Greek
seen
Geeks.
again.
And yes,
Yep.
and his
It
boat
was
sank.
destiny.
The perfect storm came, and he died with Mark Wahlberg.
It's a good thing Mauler's here because this will probably be that type of stream.
I was just gonna say he got arrested for cursing in front of a child, but I mean, God, okay, go cryptic, okay, yeah.
Hey, it's not Europe. I think he can get away with saying stuff and not get arrested.
Iceberg straight ahead.
But thank you, Matt, for the super chat. Thank you for the donation. This is a good cause. This is for the Peter Mayhew Foundation. We're coming together as Star Wars fans and just hanging out and having a good live stream. We got some amazing people here. Just to reset the panel, I'm gonna be like a radio guy and reset the panel here. We have Jessie from Mindless Entertainment. We have freaking Mauler here, and we have also Odin. And no, I'm just kidding. We have Odin from the Streets movie blog. Yeah, man, he's like the Hod Christian. We have Proper Jeremy.
I'm just happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you here. We have the wonderful Mecha Random 42.
Hello.
The YouTube Harpy, as she's called. Well, you know. And
Hey, the Star Trek people named me the YouTube Harpy.
Yeah,
so
I saw
just
that.
owned it.
You got to own it. That's like back when Game of Thrones was good. Tyrion Lannister told Jon Snow to own to own the bastard. You know. Yeah. The Rookie Critic. Heart and Soul,
Yep.
the Fandom Menace. What's up?
So, man,
I'm going to read a couple more super chats, and then I want to get back to that topic that Mauler started. That was great. It's like, what is your, most embarrassing guilty pleasure? Mauler likes Batman and Robin, exclusive here on the Nerdrotic channel. And Jessie, what did you like again? You just
love My Chemical Romance, and I'm not
My Chemical Romance.
They're a phenomenal band, and I'm not ashamed.
The Black Parade. God, I heard that song.
I'm not okay.
I
I'm not
promise.
okay.
Orange Hat Reviews. What's up, Orange Hat Reviews? How are you? Welcome. $20 for the man who was a true gentleman. Rest in peace, Peter Mayhew. Peter Chewy Mayhew. And as a jittery protocol droid once said, let the Wookiee win. His passing is truly a tragedy. Alec Guinness, Kenny Baker, Carrie Fisher, and now Peter Mayhew. R.I.P. We've lost so many. And I think George Lucas has had David Prowse disappeared. I don't know. Has anybody seen him lately? But he's still around. The Rookie Critic you're here. You're part of the charity.
it's for, this is for the chat, though, for people coming in. So
Right on. Thanks. For $2, super chats will go straight to the charity. Thank you, the Rookie Critic, and of course, proper Jenny, for $2 saying help.
It's tradition. Whenever
Okay.
I'm in a chat that has a super chats, I always say "help me" or "help" or
Send help.
Gotcha. To proper,
God, Ginevra, Lord.
Never.
Ginevra.
Is that with a J or a G? We'll discuss it later.
Yep.
Teresa Martin for $19.99. No comment, but a donation. Thank you, Teresa.
She's cool. She was on the Karate Kid watch party with me yesterday. She's awesome.
Nice.
Upstarting YouTube channel.
Brilliant. And she's got one, you said? She's got okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So
they do like a Cobra Kai watch parties, Once Upon a Time. Well, not really watch parties, but she watches them and comments with people and whatnot. So just getting started.
So this is her link right there. I popped it in the chat. Go check it out. Thank you for the donation. And I just lost it because I'm old. Here we go. And then of course, we have the Rookie Critic, $2, saying that bathrobe is awesome. Probably talking to Jessie, right?
Yeah.
Flaming TP gives $31.14 and has the little pie symbol there for Chewy. Sky Smith, the person who suggested this event to Jessie, making it happen. $3. R.I.P. Peter Mayhew. Thank you, Sky. We appreciate it. Some poser channel called Geeks and Gamers for $50. Thanks, Jessie, for Peter, for Chewy, for Star Wars. Heart. Isn't that sweet? Thank you, Jeremy, for the $50. And
I love you back.
yeah, man. The Rookie Critic again for $2. Chewy is the ruler of the Sasquatch. Yes. And the Rookie Critic, if you were listening to Exozone last night, you would have heard about the Squaw Snatch, which I will not go in here right now, but
okay,
that's for next Sunday. The Squaw Snatch. That's actually where we got deep in the weeds on that one.
I think I got like 30 minutes into that, and I didn't finish the rest.
It's okay. Most people don't. It was, we were talking about Bigfoot and.
That was one of my favorite EU comics, by the way, the Indiana Jones one in Han Solo.
Right. Oh, dude. The Star Wars Tales one where Indiana Jones finds the skeleton of Han Solo because he's looking for Bigfoot, and he finds the skeleton of Han Solo, and it's Chewie he's looking for, and there's a crashed Millennium Falcon. Star Wars Tale 15, I think.
Something like that. Yeah.
Totally worth it. It's a great story. Lori Roberts. What's up, Lori Roberts? $10. Gary, when I saw that opening crawl in 77, I was hooked. From that first note, honestly, it's the first time I saw the Star Destroyer fly over the screen. Nobody had ever seen anything like that before. The closest thing, of course, is 2001, and the Douglas Trumbull special effects in that were brilliant for 1969. But nobody saw the ship seemed to go forever. So, and everybody in the crowd just, took this deep breath, and it was so good. RC from NYC, $20. What's up, everyone? I met Mr. Mayhew at Celebration 2, and he was an absolute gentleman. Stayed for 3 hours to sign autographs and laughed and joked with every person on the line. Rest in peace, sir. And yeah, he did like the fans. And he could tell a story or two when the fans weren't around. I can't say much, but I love Peter. I'll miss him. Willie Woodward for $1. Thank you very much. Again, the Rookie Critic for $5. New people coming in. Super chats will go to charity for Peter Mayhew. Again, I will reset that. The super chats will go 100%. 30% goes to YouTube. I will be covering the 30%. I will be matching to a certain amount. Not too sure. Got to see how much of that 30% I got to cover. You can also donate directly to the website, which I'm sure one of my mods or somebody can link right now. It's the PeterMayhewFoundation.com, I believe. And on the bottom, there is a PayPal tab that you can donate directly. And YouTube doesn't, and they get it right away. Again, I have to say that YouTube pays on the 20th of every month. So that's when, and I've got to wait the following month for these, but I probably can cover it beforehand. But I will be tweeting out and putting in the comment section when I make this payment and let everybody know.
I know you're going sequentially, but I do want to call out that we just got a $200 super chat. The cinema.
Yeah.
So much.
Wow.
Who says,
Dang.
R.I.P. Peter, I arrived an hour late, but have any of you met Peter or know some cool stories about him? I love the Fandom Menace. You're all awesome. Odin and Jessie, I'm wearing my Chewy jacket too. Hi, Mauler.
Hello.
So quiet.
Thank you so much, Kalia. That's incredible. We appreciate it so much. We just had a great story in one of the super chats. I'm sure you caught that. And yeah, did any of you guys get to actually interact with the Mayhew?
I wish at Celebration that I had.
I saw
wish.
him. I was at WizCon in 2020 in Philadelphia, and I saw him. I never was able to get close. I was there with a bunch of friends. It was my first time ever being at a con, and they were not the Star Wars people that I was. So it's kind of like, oh, well, maybe, yeah, oh, there he is. Oh, hey. So I'm very sad that I just missed out on interacting with him. But somebody I know when she was young, when she was a teenager and all awkward embraces and all that, met him and got a picture with him, and then saw him many years later, and brought the picture and showed it to him. And he said, oh, we have to take a new picture with you holding up that picture. So he was that kind of guy.
That's so sweet. I think that should be like a good lesson to all of us. Like you never know how much time you have left with somebody. Like go and tell them you love them. Tell them you appreciate what they do. You know, like even if it's just like, hey, send your favorite actor or producer director on Twitter. Hey, I appreciate what you do. I love your work or whatever. You know, life's short, man. I never got to meet him. I'm like a con virgin kind of. I've done like one convention in the UK when I went over there. So I really wish I would have. I'm like so sad I didn't get around to getting to a Star Wars Celebration with everybody this year too.
That's a painful one to even think about. Yeah, that's well, you'll have a good one at the Star Trek one. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a blast.
Come see us in Vegas, people. If you're going to hang out, please come say hi.
And actually, I don't know that I'm actually going to attend the con itself, but I will probably be there in Vegas for that.
Oh, come have fun. We're gonna be getting into trouble.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah.
My plan is to just gamble and drink while y'all do con things, and you can come catch up when you're done.
Right on. And
we'll just sit at the casino and get all the free drinks that we want.
Okay, we found a Taco Bell that like serves booze on the strip.
What?
There's a Taco Bell on the strip that serves booze.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Where is this?
There's a White Castle.
There's a White Castle.
There's a
Weed
White
legal out there.
White Castle doesn't your eating establishments. No.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to do.
Did not know this.
Does this Taco Bell make a Shirley Temple?
Yeah, you can get like the regular Baja Blasts and stuff. Yeah.
There's an Area 51 museum. There's all kinds of cool
There's
stuff.
haunted museum. We're gonna be doing all kinds of stuff, right?
Yep.
We're doing is like it's basically me and all the like the paranormal podcasts and the occult stuff that we do every night are kind of gonna be sort of conglomerating at some point somewhere in there. But yeah,
you probably find all the places that dead mobsters are camping.
Yeah, maybe.
If I may add to a point that you were talking about just earlier, real quick. One thing that I noticed is that, I do live, in Hollywood and Los Angeles, and I do occasionally see celebrities that I recognize, and you mentioned that you know, you don't know how long you have people around. So if I recognize somebody, I know they're busy or at a store or like, you know, at a gas station or something. The only thing I do is just say like, "Hey, so and so, I like your work," and I leave it at that, and just let it go. Don't ask for a picture or. Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially if they're like, you know, at a place that you work at or something like that. It's just awkward because they get it all the time, you know? And yeah, but I would never want to be in that situation where I had an opportunity, because I always think about when Leonardo DiCaprio was at the Viper Room and he saw River Phoenix and he idolized him, you know, and he wanted to say hello, but he didn't, and in some ways he regret it. And I just took that and I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to let that happen. You know, the only thing I'll say is hello, and that's it, and no regrets. But yeah.
The only thing I've ever heard is celebrities. I heard Sir Patrick Stewart say this, and it's just stuck in my head. Is he just doesn't like it when he's interrupted when he's eating. Any other time is cool, and I think that's kind of the rule. So
see, that's why I'm like, you know, yeah, if you see them on Twitter, just, you know, if you see them in your feed, just say, hey, I love what you do. You know, I would never like DM or at people. I feel like scared to death to like talk to. I'm scared to death to be here, for crying out loud.
Come on.
Oh, what's there to be scared about?
Cool, dude.
It's all good.
They're people too.
I know. I just get scared. I don't want to bother people. I don't want to do any of that.
You're not bothering anybody. Never. I mean, that's the thing. God, a bad analogy. Like the hot girl syndrome never gets asked out because everybody thinks they don't want to ask her out. Not saying I'm a hot girl, or Mauler's probably the hot girl here, but and Jessie and Mecca, but you know what I mean. It's like just ask, just do it, and 9 out of 10 times, you know. And if they say no, and they were a dick about it, then they're a dick, and you didn't want to hang out with them anyway. So it's all good.
You learn very quickly, and Sir Patrick is also a cool dude. Sorry, Mauler. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was just going to say quickly that could be another thing to swap stories about anybody who's had like experiences meeting famous people and been flawed, because I have.
Oh yeah,
I've got one.
See, this is the problem. Were we doing the guilty pleasures thing first? Or
we can go back and forth.
We got
There's no format here. It's all good.
Mauler just wants all of his stories. Didn't care about ours.
We'll just listen to Mauler's story times.
Unless you have a cooler story or a more embarrassing one, he doesn't want to hear it.
I like them. They're all wonderful. So I guess it's different for everybody, but like one of the shows I watched since I was super young, because my sisters watched the shit out of it, and now it's become one of my favorites of all time, was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't know if anyone here.
Huge fan.
Never fan more, but still. Yeah.
But Spike, adore that character since I remember things, and so I went to a con in Bristol, I think it was, where James Masters and a bunch of other Buffy cast were there, and I was in the queue to see him, and when I got within a meter, there was a moment of like, this isn't real life anymore, and my world got shattered, because it was kind of like they were always on the screen, they were never actually tangible. So I just
let me touch you.
Spike is right there.
And oh god, James Masters is probably one of the most top tier like celebs, because he's been doing this his whole life. He's been like all about cons and stuff, extremely friendly. And I thought to myself, don't say something about Buffy, because everyone's going to be saying something about it. And I was like, oh, he was on Smallville that one time. He's the only reason I watched some of Smallville. Because like, oh, he's on it. I may as well check it out because I really like him. And so I was like, I'll ask him a question about Smallville, because he'll be like, oh, that's something new. And I like flubbed the question to the point where I was just like, you're on Smallville. And he was like, yeah, I was on Smallville. And I was like, you were good. I watched it because you were on it. And he was like, oh, that's great, man. And I was like, yeah, okay. I just like lost my shit.
But the good thing is he's cool. He's like one of the coolest dudes. I've met him a couple times at con. He's very good with his fans. So that was nice.
My first time I ever met somebody remotely famous was at this Wizard Con, where I did also see Billy D from a distance, and Peter Mayhew from a distance, and why am I blank? Bruce Campbell from a distance. But the person who I actually got the autograph from was Adam Baldwin, because I still am super obsessed with Firefly. I was like, oh my god, it's Jane, and I asked him to sign my tits. And
Actually,
I did. I legit did. But the crazy thing was, at that point, at that time in my life, I was incredibly insecure about my appearance. Just like totally did not think I was an attractive human being at all. Thought I was like at best plain looking, like possibly not ridiculously ugly, but only possibly. And the first thing Adam Baldwin said to me was, "Hello, gorgeous." And I was like, oh, shit. Until somebody more famous says something else, I guess I'm gorgeous.
You are. He called Jessie gorgeous and named Gamergate Adam Baldwin. There you go.
that legitimately was the beginning of the end of my self-esteem issues about my appearance.
Ah, that's great.
Thanks, Jane. The hero of Kansas, the man they call Jane.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was at the comic store and I was putting up some Spider-Man stuff because I just closed my Spider-Man museum that I had open for a year. So I'd moved all the collectibles into the comic store and I had this case and I was putting up about 150 or so mini-mates, which are like little Lego figures. And I was like putting them up in a little battle scene. This is what I do at the comic store because I'd have 2 or 3 hours of nobody in there or people, or they would be in there, but they'd be in the couch reading comic books. So I would just start putting stuff around and this guy walks by and I see him at the corner of my eye and I go, God, that guy kind of looks like an old British rock star or something like that. I'm like, God, I don't know where the hell I know him from, but whatever. So I'm putting up my figures and then my manager comes up behind me. He's like, taps me on the back real quick. I'm like, what the hell? And I jumped up, knocked everything down. It was very unsubtle. Turned around and he's like, that's Peter Jackson. I'm like, what? That's Peter Jackson. And I'm like, and Peter Jackson just had his gastric bypass surgery. So I could not, but I recognized Philippa Boyens. So yeah, the writers of Lord of the Rings and the director of Lord of the Rings was in my shop buying comic books. And I was fucking speechless. I couldn't say a goddamn thing. I couldn't ring him up. I couldn't do anything. And yeah, he came in and he bought all the volumes I had of Y the Last Man, stayed in there for like a half an hour and left. And I was an idiot. I didn't say anything. I was all, I didn't know what to say or anything. I just said, bye. They just completely blew it, but it was cool seeing him and he shopped in my store. That was great. Guilty pleasure. I know people love this movie now. But Con Air is one of the greatest movies ever made. I watch it all the time.
Are you kidding me? How's that a guilty pleasure? It's great.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
Well known that it's good.
I liked it.
I mean, drink for how many times John Malkovich says Poe is right about something.
Poe is right.
Put the bunny.
Run it down.
Being John Malkovich, great. But yeah.
John Cusack being in that movie is so weird, but good. Yeah, I love that damn movie. I don't know if there's another guilty pleasure. I'm like Jessie. I like whatever I like. I own it. I like this, I proudly state that I love the Sarah Jane Adventures. So I don't know. And
cute show though. I mean, you had K9, you had Mr. Smith the computer. It was fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
And James Marsters was in Torchwood as well. So yeah. Okay, but here, let's go. I'm not even looking at the screen right now. Proper Jeremy. One of those two subjects that Mauler put on the table, or both. Guilty pleasure, celebrity crush.
All right,
or
here's the
stalking.
Not a crush, but celebrity. I don't know if you can
That
see
looks like
it.
a cell phone.
No, it is a phone. Yeah, I'm just showing the picture. You see it?
Alex Jones?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that Alex Jones?
No, it's too bright. Yeah.
You're like, you met Alex Jones?
The most famous person ever, Alex Jones.
Hey, brother.
No. Hold on. No, Rob Schneider.
Oh,
Hey!
Yep. Rob Schneider, and it's funny. I'm part of a like a group chat, the Senate, and one of them said like, oh, like who's this like a celebrity meetup, because they were jealous that like I guess that drunk 3PO got a like from Mark Hamill, and I talk to Frank Oz all the time because we're best friends. That's the joke, but but he's just like, I kind of want to meet like someone, I want to meet Rob Schneider, and I posted that picture, and he was so salty. It was just like, you could have named anybody, and you had to name him. But and my guilty pleasure would have to be when I was a kid. I loved Little House on the Prairie. Loved it.
Nothing wrong with that. I watched the crap out of that show when I was a kid.
It
Right
was
there
great.
with you.
It was a great show. Great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shame, no shame in that. A little girly, but no shame. Michael, yeah.
Good show. Okay,
Yeah.
I do have a guilty pleasure. This one's bad. I really it's not their first album, but it was the one that was popular first. I mean, I'm not a aficionado on the Black Eyed Peas, but their one they had 2 big albums. The first one that was big, I freaking love it.
The one with Let's Get It Started?
Yeah, listen to that one all the time. I know it's terrible pop music, but it reminds me of a little road trip I took with my family, and Melissa played it like over and over, and I love the hell out of that album. And I know people hate that band. So
that reminds me of Hot Tub Time Machine.
That's a great movie.
It reminded me of how great that song is. You know, I totally forgot about the boom boom pow crap. You know, they used real instruments there, and I was happy. It was a good time.
Some of the chat are saying Elefunk. Is that the album?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. That's it. That's it. There, you got me to stay for charity.
So I was saying Little House on the Prairie and Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. I think Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman is a guilty pleasure for me. I have the DVDs. My mom used to watch it though, and I kind of like Westerns, and it's so not in my wheelhouse because it's like this very wholesome little Western, but it's kind of it reminds me of my mom. So yeah.
Little House on the Prairie?
Oh, Dr. Quinn Medicine.
Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
I was like,
every episode ended the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. That was 80s TV though. 80s,
it's such a bad show. It's so
TV.
corny.
House is the exact same as that if you think about it.
What was that?
Same, I mean, House. You know, you said it was an 80s thing. It's like the House began and ended the same every episode.
No, you're right. Oh god, it was just a more complicated problem that he figured out right at the 45-minute mark. Yeah,
and the first solution was never the right one.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Well, that's like television formula. That's how you know it works. Same thing like if you watch any of those crime shows. Oh, the guest star clearly did it because they're only here in this episode. But that's not fun.
Big shocker,
right? With TV. I mean, sometimes predictable is fun, right?
It is. It is. It's better than Star Trek Discovery.
You can call it sometimes mindless entertainment, and she's not here to appreciate that.
She's gone.
Yeah, she's in the she's.
So a rookie critic, what's your guilty pleasure?
Well, I kind of like the rest of you guys. I don't really have any guilty pleasures. I like what I like. The one I don't hear people talk about though is Dark Angel. Everybody know that?
I remember that
Jessica
show.
Alba.
Young Jessica Alba, yeah. I liked that one growing up a little bit. It was, I grew up and I'm a 90s kid, and I was like around the 2000s, and I saw a glimpse of that at one point and didn't really get to see the rest of the show until later. And then Jensen Ackles was in that when he was younger before Supernatural and stuff. And I don't know, I liked it. It's like, they're basically mutant people, and then there's like this, the further you go, there's a cult that's like just bred for like hundreds and thousands of years to become like perfect, and they're strong, and it's a just pretty good story. And there's lots of good references there. One of them was even it's like post-apocalyptic Seattle, and they're like, we found a guy who had the script for Star Wars Episode 7 or something. It's like a before the sequels were out, and they're like, it's worth thousands of dollars. They like steal things all the time, but I liked that one. Like Power Rangers, I have lots of stuff that people, probably don't see it that much now or like. So
people are now respecting you for liking that show. By the way, it makes up for you not seeing the Karate Kid for all these years.
Yeah, Karate Kid. Yeah, first time recently. Yeah.
How?
There's so many movies like that.
That's me in every movie.
Nobody in my house watched that stuff really, and it wasn't on TV. Or if it was, I never caught it.
That's true. There was a time when it wasn't on TV for a while.
So I mean, like I posted a video where I have like 100 popular films or classics that I've not seen. I've knocked out Jaws 2, Kill Bill 2, The Karate Kid, and I'm working on Pulp Fiction and Watchmen right now. So
and Alien.
It was pretty underrated.
And Alien 1 and 2. Yeah.
Whoa. That's good though. You got a lot of good stuff to look forward to.
That's why he's a rookie. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Odin chewed me out for watching Alien on mute for a watch party.
You don't watch Alien on mute.
Alien on mute.
Well, like I saw the movie like a week before the watch party, and then during the watch party, I didn't know that you can have the sound on and have people in because I thought it would interfere with the microphone. But
yeah, that's only if you have like the plugins in, like on Midnight's Edge will have like the soundboards and stuff going. But no, you don't get it. Yeah.
Yeah, but now I know. Thank you, Odin.
You're welcome.
There you go. And Dark Angel, produced by James Cameron.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
only a 2-season show, and it's only like 20 episodes long each. So that's an easier one to get through if people wanted to see it. I got it on Amazon for DVD. It wasn't that expensive. So
sometimes that's great because when you have like Cheers or something that's like, oh, that's 12 seasons and Frasier's like 8, like. That's like 20 years worth of things that you have to like get into and be invested in. And sometimes you don't have the time for that.
No. So, and then when you put that time in, they just completely let you down.
Sometimes.
I'm so glad I stopped Game of Thrones at season like 5 or something. I'm so glad I just haven't had time. I've like seen what all you guys were like making videos and you're so heartbroken. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Be a jaded bitch like me and just don't watch anything as it airs.
I got through season 1 and was just not as interested as I thought. People were like, oh, but it gets better and better.
No,
if I had a broken leg and could watch all of them in a row, yes. But
it has always been a boring show. It is always from the beginning of the show. It has been, with the exception of a handful of moments, a boring show. This is heartbroken or disappointed by the new episode because it is just in keeping with the rest of the I am very addicted to the show, but it's very boring.
But I do appreciate the film aspects and the quality that goes into it, even though I don't really want to sit and watch it right now. So
don't
I appreciate it.
No.
Really don't.
Also, Rookie Critic, do you watch the show The Rookie?
No, I didn't know there was a show called The Rookie.
Did you watch the movie?
Nathan Fillion.
A movie called The Rookie?
Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know, man. I'm the rookie. I don't know.
Have you seen Rookie of the Year? This is a serious question. Have you seen Rookie of the Year?
Oh,
yes, I grew up on Rookie of the Year. I love that. I love that movie big time. The kid in the arm.
All right.
Yes.
Guys, stay tuned for my Meant to Offend video. Was Game of Thrones ever actually good?
I don't know. I watched it because like I went to the UK and was like, kind of seeing somebody a little bit with that like that northern accent from like the area, and it just kind of got me. And he's like, oh yeah, watch this, and then I'm like, I stopped after like that ended. So that's kind of my experience with Game of Thrones is I associate it so much with like that trip, that point in my life, where I don't know if I can go back to it, and I don't know. I haven't had time and a really interest in.
It's
they killed Jon Snow, and
I
came back, but I stopped when they killed Jon Snow.
It's a big world to invest in.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the books.
Yep.
And the only reason I even started watching the show was because I got sick of not knowing what happened to Jon Snow.
I understand. I went what Mecca was saying, having that trip. I study abroad in Ireland, and I met some people who were through a program. We met some people who were working on Game of Thrones season 6 at the time, and I was very very happy with the conversation that we had. A lot of great people. They had a lot of great stories for Game of Thrones, but won't go too much into that. But yeah, I immediately watched it afterwards because I hadn't seen it before, and I felt guilty for being in the presence of people who were in the show and not having any idea what was going on at all.
I think it's a fine show. I think the show's fine. There's nothing really wrong with it. I would prefer for something like that to just be like all at once, like a binge watch for me, because it's like one of those things where you have to keep track of so many people, so many of like what's going on with so many people, who's dead, who's alive, who's off doing this or that. I kind of would rather, because like the first 4 seasons, I sat there and I watched them all back to back to back, and yeah, I would rather like marathon something like
That's
that.
what I'm saying. If you have a broken leg, Game of Thrones, perfect show. I would think.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, just for people coming,
not anymore.
We've been on this for a little bit. This is a charity stream for Peter Mayhew.
Yes.
And
Star Wars brought.
We're gonna get back to the super chats real quick.
Super chats go right to the charity. Nerdrotics can take it out of his own account, and he'll cover that 30%. And the highest super chatter, it doesn't mean the highest one, but added up from one person, you'll get some of his toys. So some of the Star Wars toys. So and more incentive. And somebody did a $200 one. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so far, but it's also added up. So it's if you did multiple ones
And-
for 10.
Yep, added up.
we're
And it's for a
making
good
it up as
cause.
we go.
So,
It's for a very good cause, and yeah, and again, this is Jesse's idea, so props to Jessie. Let's
Yep.
get to some super chats. Let me knock 10 out real quick. Mad Mitch, $20. The Fandom Menace is the best community on YouTube. Thumbs up. I absolutely agree with you, Mad Mitch. Thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it. I'm very happy to be a part of it. Happy to have you all here.
I just realized that I haven't liked the live stream yet.
I don't.
Weren't you telling people earlier?
so
Oh.
yeah,
I'm
well,
responsible for multiple likes because I keep telling people to do it.
You's a hypocrite. That's what you
Hypocrite.
are.
liking the live stream and sharing it out will help get more people in here and more people to donate and help in a good cause. So
That's right.
You know, and if you have alternate accounts, like it with the alternate accounts, watch a little bit with the alternate.
There you go. Hey, whatever it takes.
the holder of all Proper Jeremy's accounts. You have like 5 accounts, Proper Jeremy. Go use those.
Yeah, dude.
RC
Okay.
from RC from NYC, $20. What's up, everyone? I met Mr. Mayhew at Celebration. Oh, I already read this, but thanks again for the $20. I'm skipping ahead now to Willie Woodward. Thank you for the $1. And the Rookie Critic again. New people coming in. Super chats will go to the charity of Peter Mayhew. Nicholas Horton for £5. Good to see you, my friend. I love the Clone Wars series, which also featured the youngest incarnation of Chewbacca. For Peter Mayhew, for such, and then he says thumbs up for Peter Mayhew for such an iconic character. Thank you, Nicholas Horton, for the £5 donation. I greatly appreciate it, and so does the Peter Mayhew Foundation. Armchair Warlord, $2. By deeds alone, indeed, Armchair Warlord. Thank you. Anomaly Incorporated, Australian, $20. Rest in peace, Peter Mayhew. I adore Return of the Jedi, but it's actually the poorest of the Lucasfilms 3. The films, there's continuity issues, pacing issues, and writing issues. A lot of arguments against the prequels only hold up with the assumption that the OT is flawless.
He's got a great YouTube channel, by the way. He does great prequel defense videos and talks about George Lucas and stuff. Anomaly Inc. Good YouTube channel. I'd say I call him a junior Mauler. But
awesome. Thank you for the Australian $20. While Return of the Jedi certainly had its issues, it has also the single most emotional, impactful scene in the entire series, and it's half a really damn good movie. Richard Marquand was not the right guy to do it, and George Lucas was actually interfering on that one. The Empire was the one he was there at times, but he was also going through a divorce, or just been divorced at the time. And Return of the Jedi was a lot of problems, but when your sister and Luke comes out, that music and just all the goosebumps and everything, some
of the best moments came out of that, definitely.
That wide shot with he's just beating Vader down is so good. But yeah, if you ever explain the manner in which they attempt to rescue Han Solo to anyone who hasn't thought about it, their face will drop. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, none of it makes any sense at all."
Nope.
All about
Absolutely
execution.
not.
Yeah, execution matters.
He do it in a pacifist kind of way, though. He didn't want to have to kill everyone, so
he really went out, and then he ended up killing everyone.
He was like, "I'm going to try to not kill you guys, okay? I'm going to try."
Poor
He tried.
Dark side fucking does to you.
Yep. Damn dark side. It's a hell of a drug. Thank you, Anomaly Incorporated. Please check out the channel. A junior Mauler there. All right. How's that feel, Mauler? You hear? Yeah.
I don't know what that means. What is a?
No. He'd hate if I said that because like you do very elaborate takes after the movie it comes out. He does good ones, but like it's hard to explain his channel. But when I first saw him, I thought of you when I saw it first. So that he would kill me if that's the description because he doesn't feel he deserves that honor.
and here's the thing, that's Mauler's like Kleenex now of YouTube. When people say I'm going to get all Mauler on this video, I've heard that from multiple people. So you've got a solid brand there, man. Like,
wait, is that like a good,
tell you
like does that mean they like me or hate
Oh,
me?
they that's
That
it's
means-
a out of reverence.
I understand the confusion. No, that's a compliment. It's not supposed to be weird with the Kleenex.
I normally made a few of the EFAP meme videos things for you too.
Oh,
You
yeah.
you called him the smiley guy.
The T2 one was great with
yeah, he did that one. Yeah,
right.
The Rookie Critic, $2 super chats go to charity. Yeah, G Monkey 76, $5. Rest in peace, Peter Mayhew. My mom took me to see Empire Strikes Back when I was 5. That's a good mom. I can still remember the Battle of Hoth. If only I could have had the feeling, that feeling of Star Wars again. Well, you had it once, but yeah, something might come around. You never know. You never know. Every time I say, "Oh, there won't be a movie bigger than that one," nothing will make more money than Avatar. And yeah, well, something did. Thank God. By the way,
has Endgame actually beaten Avatar now?
Not yet.
It's on pace. It's going to reach 2 billion tomorrow. It's going to outpace the entire run of Infinity War. If it hasn't done so already, officially it will do tomorrow. It'll outpace the entirety of Infinity War in 2 weeks, and it's set to get close to 3 billion. Yeah.
I don't know many people who haven't gone to see it twice. Like most did that I'm aware of. It's an event.
I might do it. I'm not sure yet.
This is without the promotion of 3D. That's like being new, like back then with Avatar.
True.
Yeah, Avatar cheated.
Well, you can't skip Endgame, especially if you have any investment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You can't skip it. There's no way. We all knew there's no way it's making less than $1 billion, less than 2 billion, right? Because it's Endgame. It's like the final thing. It's the end chapter of the book. You can't read all the whole thing and then just say, I'm out. I don't care how it ends. Like, no, you have to see it.
Absolutely. That's why so many people saw Captain Marvel.
Well,
I checked earlier today. It was at damn near $2 billion.
It's 1,914,000,000. So yeah, it's gonna, because it's a Saturday. It's gonna probably pass The Force Awakens. Because that was only 20 million from Infinity War, so Infinity War almost did it. But yeah, it's gonna happen.
It doesn't have any competition until what? Godzilla comes out or something?
Technically next week with Pikachu, but
Pikachu,
I mean,
okay, yeah,
Pikachu is not gonna be able to do much against it.
I kind of think maybe Endgame will still be #1 next week.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think?
Good chance.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that says something that like
I wouldn't even argue. I would even argue Pikachu would probably suffer from after what happened with Sonic, but we're not going to get into that.
A lot of people who aren't even into Pokemon, though, like I know people in real life who are like, yeah, I kind of want to see Detective Pikachu. It looks cute, even though they don't play Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully it does well.
Freaking huge, though. So, I mean, I don't know. I won't be surprised either way. I won't be surprised if Endgame stays on top, and I won't be surprised if Pikachu takes #1 because, like, even people like me, I don't like Pokemon. I still play like the Nintendo like Let's Go one because it's fun, right? It's still
awesome,
I'm a Pokemon person, and I like that one. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why I care so much, but I just want Avatar to go down.
I hate Avatar. I really do.
I didn't like Avatar.
Very overrated.
No, thank you.
I've met one person who actually liked Avatar.
I enjoyed.
I know somebody who liked it. Yeah,
her name is Anna, that Star Wars girl. That's who likes Avatar.
Oh well, she probably like.
Talk about Anna when she's not here. It's not fair.
I will.
Oh, we love Anna.
The thing with Avatar is I found it enjoyable to watch. I understand its shortcomings as a film very, very, very clearly. Like they were obvious from the get-go, but I still enjoyed watching it. I wasn't sitting in the theater going, "Oh, this sucks." I was like, "This is pretty and it's fun. There's just nothing original about it." But
it's a good movie theater experience.
People, but
I saw it on DVD like years after the fact, so I didn't even bother. Like I don't have that love for it.
I think the only point of it was in the big, IMAX 3D. It was cool. That was neat. It was definitely, the first movie I had ever seen that benefited from a 3D experience. And it was neat.
Especially that ponytail sex, right?
Love it. Okay, whatever.
I actually really like Stephen Lang in that film, but I'm guessing the general dude. But he I was like, he's apparently casted for all of the next ones. I was like, didn't he die?
I'm pretty sure he died. I thought his thing crashed. Maybe did we see a dead body? Maybe he did that surviving a crash thing or something.
He pulled a phasma.
Yeah.
Someone's got to represent the evil military. I mean, that's what he represented.
He's the evil white man. I mean, like he would have been a perfect Cable back then. By the way.
Maybe he could play what's his name? The one who's The one who was teased at the end of Batman vs Superman. I forget. Deathstroke. Was it?
Deathstroke. Yeah. Slade. Yeah, he would have been a great Slade. Mm.
On the original subject, I would just like to ask people, what is your favorite Chewbacca moment? What is your favorite Peter Mayhew Chewbacca moment?
I haven't even answered the first 2 questions that were asked.
Nobody cares.
Answer them.
God,
hurry up. What's taking you so
finally,
long?
Lord. So I lived in New York for about 4 years because I went to college there. So I saw a lot of Broadway shows. And so I got to meet like a lot of really cool people. So I met Sir Patrick Stewart, really cool experience. Asked to get a picture with him. I got his autograph, but I was actually taking a picture with him. He says, sir, I am far past the age of taking photographs. And I was like, yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. I respect that. So I met him. I also met Carrie Fisher. She did her one-woman show on Broadway, and I got her autograph as well. She was awesome. She had sparkles all over her. It was great. It's awesome. She was so cool. And her show was hilarious. But I think one of the coolest ones that as far as like random moments, I was walking down the street on my 19th birthday. So it was my first year in New York, first semester at college, walking down the street. All of a sudden I see, wait, that's Kevin Smith. And so my friends were like, oh, you should say hi to him. And I was like, I don't know. I don't want to bother him. And sure enough, one of my roommates, because it was my birthday, goes up to him and says, hey, you're Kevin Smith. Can, my roommate meet you? And so he turns around and says, oh yeah, sure. And so he took a picture with me and said hi to me. And he said, oh, how old are you today? 19. He's like, oh man, you got to get laid, man. Yeah, go ahead and get laid.
Good advice.
I was like, oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Very good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. He seems like a great guy, despite, having differing opinions, he seems awesome.
When I first saw Last Jedi, I didn't like it that much, but I wanted to hear somebody who loved it because I wasn't hearing a lot of people who loved it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch Kevin Smith's review because I know he loves it because I need to love it like that first week to justify paying for it, to go in and buy porgs and all these things and be super. I got hyped up for it. I'll admit it. And of course, like, I watched Kevin Smith's review and he loved it, of course. And then I'm like, I'm going to go watch some other reviews because I don't think I like this anymore. I don't think I like Star Wars anymore. This is so sad. This is killing me. This is breaking my heart. And you guys see the porgs and stuff everywhere in my office here. I have to like something about it. I have to like justify the fact that I spent that much time of my life invested in something, same thing with like the Brie Larson stuff and Captain Marvel. That's why I have so many Goose the Cat things, because like I have to like something about it. Other than that, I'm just like a miserable bitch about it, like just trashing everything and complaining all the time, and nobody likes that. So
hey, that's a real feeling though, and that people catch that. They know when you're full of crap and you're just complaining about something just to complain about it, and like that's the difference, I think, Mecca, and with our channels is we actually feel passionate about this. Like I had no idea I was kind of hyped for Return for The Last Jedi. I thought The Force Awakens sucked, but I liked the trailer. And I'm like, okay, it looks pretty cool. And, at the time I didn't know much about Rian Johnson. I watched Looper and just thought it was a movie, whatever. Had kind of a dumb ending, but little did I know how much I would hate it. And like I said, I had a headache when I got out of there. And really not to diss the movie. It was the loss though. I even hate to admit like how much I felt the loss of Star Wars. I was like, oh man.
Yeah,
that hit me way harder than I thought it would. I'm like, it's just a movie.
You don't realize what you're going to be feeling once they make something that's so heartbreaking and so heart-wrenching, right? Like I'm there. I went to Toys R Us, made a special trip to Toys R Us, got porgs, put them in the cup holders next to me. I'm like, oh, these are so cool. And I went in wanting to love it because I heard, okay, Rian Johnson's using a lot of practical effects. He's, paying tribute to all this stuff. He's incorporating the puffins from the island and he's just CGing on top of them to make them incorporated into the universe. And I bought it, hook, line, and sinker. I believed all the hype. And yeah, I'm like, oh my God, this is boring. What the hell am I watching? What is this? And I had to justify it in my head. So, yeah. But no, after a while, I'm like, no, this isn't good. This is just isn't good.
No, it sucks. It sucks coming to terms with it. I mean, thankfully, I watched everybody at Star Wars Celebration. It looked packed. And the fact that it can survive that says everything about Star Wars fans. And hopefully they get what they deserve and they turn it around. I mean, we can't have this one back, but and
the
that's
box
it.
office will tell the tale. Like
yeah.
Star Wars Celebration is one thing because Star Wars Celebration includes all of Star Wars. So the entirety of it. This is Star Wars Episode 9 is going to be specifically this sequel trilogy. So I'm not sure if you're going to see the same amount of people support it.
I don't think so. And I told you, people at at the first showing. They booed the damn trailer in the theater for at Avengers Endgame. Yeah, boos and hisses.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it.
I didn't get the Star Wars trailer.
Really?
I had hope for humanity. I was like,
That's awesome.
This is good.
But somebody right after it went lame, and my friend turns to me and goes, "Oh, I must be a fan of your channel." I was dragged to the Last Jedi against. I was hard out after the Force Awakens. I was dragged to the Last Jedi against my will, and I sat because my friend desperately wanted to go on opening night. And she bought my ticket, and I sat there and I was like, "Fuck this, fuck everything, fuck you for taking."
Yep, you're a trooper.
Trooper.
I was drunk when I saw The Last Jedi for the first time, and I didn't know if it was my mental state or it was the movie. Turns out it was the movie.
No, the booth will help. The booth will help you enjoy it, I think.
No. I just got confused and had to pee a lot.
I think it'll make some of the really slow moments, like that Canto Bite crap, go a lot faster.
That was
I didn't even like Ray in the hall of like, oh, she's snapping. I don't care. I don't care. Who cares? Get to the point already. You're not that intelligent, Ryan.
My brother was loving it the whole time, so we were a complete opposite yin yang or something. He was just like, "Oh, this is great. This is so great." I'm just like, "Kill me. This is the worst."
But you're at least able to have a conversation with him, a debate.
No, he just goes, "It was cool, right?" And that's the conversation.
No, I mean, I meant in retrospect.
No.
No?
There's really no arguing. He's like, "What? It was cool, right?" And it's just like, "No, it wasn't. I could go into this." Well, stop doing that. You hate movies.
There's a lot of people who like The Last Jedi don't have any reason other than it was a movie I saw in the theater or on the big screen. It's a Star Wars movie, therefore I have to like it.
But for perspective, he's a working dad. It makes him feel good. I mean, it's totally different situations here, though. So if that gives him some excitement, that's cool. That's fine with me.
All right,
somebody who really likes The Last Jedi, and they're like, "Oh, I really enjoyed this movie." I talked to them about my concerns about it, and they leave the conversation really not liking it that much anymore.
Oh yeah.
See, you just
say I had a great conversation with some guys at Star Wars Celebration. And
you sound terrifying.
You're
Proper. Fix your mic.
Proper your mic. We're getting
your mic's a little fuzzy there. I didn't know if it was me or not. I'm gonna burn through. I'm gonna get some super chats here.
Can I just finish up real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So anyway, oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. But anyway, Kevin Smith, that was long before he became a giant shill. So that was back in 2009, and he was still really cool back then. Anyway, so that was there. And then for guilty pleasure films, I don't know really if it's a guilty pleasure or not because it's a really good bad movie. The Room. So I wouldn't really count that necessarily because it's fantastic. Lisa. So I'll go with the TV series then because I have to say Vampire Diaries and Gossip Girl. I don't know why.
Gossip Girl. I never.
You should be embarrassed.
But then I heard about the ending recently, and I was like, "Oh shit! No way! That was Gossip Girl. What?"
The ending sucked. No, the ending sucked. I hated the ending.
I just heard about who Gossip Girl was though. Like that was the only thing I was like, "Oh my god, that's who Gossip Girl was."
Yeah. And I know all about it. Mrs. Nerdrotic loved that show. So.
My sister and I started watching it. She was like, "Oh, this show's gonna be terrible, Jess. You want to watch it with me?" And I was like, "Okay." And they were like, "Oh shit, this is kind of good. This is like good bad." And we got addicted for a while.
Yeah.
My dad would watch it with us and pretend he didn't like it, and he would refuse to call it by its name. He would always call it Mean Girls. We're like, "You know, this is not that." And he was like, "No, yeah, whatever."
Better name.
Mean Girls. They're just a bunch of mean girls, aren't they? And I was like, "But okay, fine, Dad."
All right, super chats. Excuse me. William Jenkins for $20 donation. No comment. What's up, William? Good to see you. Thank you for the donation. Hail, William Jenkins. Black Angus Reviews. Everybody check out the channel. Black Angus Reviews. Good channel. $1.99. Hail, Rook, my brother from across the country.
Yep. Thanks, man.
Yep. Tater, Canadian. We got a Canuck here. Canadian, $20. Cheers to you all for being here for this. Rest in peace, Peter. You'll forever be remembered in a heart. Yep, he will. And yeah, he can go into the great beyond knowing he will never be forgotten. I mean, he made an impact on the world. Not a lot of us get to say that. So thanks, Peter. Laura Rianne stole my fan fiction story. $5. Chewie and Star Wars. Saw Star Wars in theaters at 7. And today is my 23rd wedding anniversary. Wow. Love this community too. Thanks for organizing this, Jess. Thanks, Jess.
Yep.
23 years of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that is.
Laura, if you're still watching, tell the wife I say hi and congratulations.
Mega Jetty 1. $2. What's up, Mega Jetty? Sorry, can't join. I love this. Sorry, can't join the stream, even if I want. Here's $2.
He's always trying. That's great.
Well,
Very good.
Mega Jetty. That was
Very
pretty good. Captain Spire is on the bridge. $10. What's up, Captain Spire? Okay, with this group, I got to ask you all if given $1 million, what genre movie would be if given $1 million? What genre movie would it be in? What role is your character? Special ability and arch nemesis? What are you all fighting for? So if we were given a bunch of money and we got to make our own thing.
Ooh.
Okay.
Like we're the cast of a movie.
Yeah.
First, I just want to shout out Anna, that Star Wars girl, is in the chat. So hi, Anna. I just sent her a text. If she wants to join, we'll send her the link, certainly.
Yeah. Also, hi, Tom from Midnight's Edge. He's here too. Hi, Tom.
Hello.
Right.
What's up, Tom?
Well,
Tom boy. Yep.
I think we're all in a zombie apocalypse movie together.
We have to be. We have to be, right?
It's gotta be a zombie apocalypse movie or
It's
something.
Something's up because like they're so weird. Because we're all like coming together because of Star Wars and Star Trek and all this stuff.
Just
nonsense.
have a romantic comedy, huh?
Yeah.
Is my mic better now?
It's
Yeah.
better.
It's better than the
Okay,
full-on
good.
porn version.
Tell
Right?
me it's you in your transmissions, man. I don't know.
Maybe it should be a film that starts out like a romantic comedy but turns into a zombie apocalypse film.
Could
That's
be both. Could be like Zombieland.
You something fun like that. I feel like we would be in a zombie apocalypse movie together.
yeah.
And,
Okay, fast movies, fast zombies, slow zombies, supernatural zombies, or like disease zombies.
Supernatural zombies. These are like jacked up crazy zombies because all of us together, that's gonna be some high power. So we gotta we gotta be powerful. And
So like Return of the Living Dead from the 80s. That was a good one with the punk rockers and stuff. One of my favorite movies. Yeah, like that.
I think
Holy crap, that's one of the best movies ever made. That's
Damn
one of my
right.
favorites.
I think in this arrangement, Gary is our fearless leader.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm oldest, so I'm the first to die. So I'll be the mentor. So I die badly.
I don't think you're gonna be the first to die. You'll die eventually. You have to die passing the torch on to whoever your successor is.
Yes. Well, it's usually got to be probably a young black female, a woman of color who's a scientist.
Well, proper gender is transgender, so
Ginevra.
proper gender.
Yeah.
I believe
Spilled the beans once again.
Ooh, young.
I have
Ripley's in the chat.
another 60 days. 60 days. I could change it back to proper Jeremy.
I believe you are the youngest, so that would be classic. That you'd be like the young yuppie one, and like possibly Gary's son in this film. Who is totally ill-equipped, and no one thinks you're gonna live because you're totally ill-equipped for the zombie apocalypse.
I was a horrible father, and this is like where we connected right before I died.
Exactly.
I walked out on you, barely remember your mom's name, get your name wrong a couple times during the film. Yeah. Bad father. I mean, it's Hollywood, so I got to be a bad father.
Did I take you out of your misery?
Yes.
I do the sweaty
In a
chick
very
video.
emotional scene at the
You
climax.
say, I forgive you, Dad, and then you like plug me in the head with a Glock or something. Yeah.
Before you turn.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great moment.
I feel
I'd
like
be the slutty chick who was like getting murdered while getting laid in a cemetery somewhere. That'd be my goal.
Are you the punk rock girl who dances in the cemetery?
Probably. I probably knew.
someone has to die getting like prioritizing sex over zombies. Like
Obviously.
Definitely wouldn't be me.
I'd be the guy that says, I have a great idea, and then I'm the one that gets killed.
Yeah. Let's split up. No.
Yeah.
No, I think
Split up gang.
I think you're the guy who ultimately like you have this idea, and the only way it ultimately is gonna work, like we're all gonna die unless you sacrifice yourself, and because you sacrifice yourself, it won't work.
Pretty much, I'd be like, I got my 2 knives, and I'll just run right in, guys, and then you're good, right? No, and it doesn't work. That's what happened.
I think Mauler is gonna be like not necessarily part of the main party, but someone we just encounter randomly and mysteriously, who always like steals the spotlight,
Yeah.
perfect comic relief, and manages to like give us the one thing we need or like the tip we need to survive.
I mean, if it's set in modern day, I'd happily give like a weapon you need or something. I'll be fine. You have to like, I don't know,
He's
go
our-
on
he's our
the quest
blacksmith.
for it.
If someone does something stupid, he responds, "K."
Unless, and then when you find out at the end is that Mauler actually created the zombies in the first place.
Mhm.
That's
Plot
on you so
twist.
much.
I'm the final villain, but I die in the 3rd episode of the last season.
And so do all the zombies, and it turns back into a rom-com for the rest of the scene.
That'll be really satisfying, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like, all right, so that leaves me and Odin. Hear me out, okay? So Odin and I have a moral quandary because he wants to do something the right way, and I'm like, no, we're all gonna die if we do it this way. So I kill Odin for the sake of the rest of us. So the rest of you guys leave me behind, leave me to die by a zombie. Then I am randomly still alive, and I show up at the very end and give my life for your sake.
Oh, see, I was thinking because you obviously know how to use a sword. I actually received samurai sword training.
Are we the sword buddies?
So I was thinking like there could be an awesome sword fight sequence in this film where we are back to back.
Oh yeah, I'm down with that. We're the sword.
And then the moral quandary can happen, and then
and then the rest of that.
when Odin dies,
kind of a harpy that I can like just shoot lasers and like grow wings and grow 3 heads.
See, unlike Game of Thrones, we'll have actual action in the first 2 episodes of season 8, and then
I think this
I'm so glad it was spoiled for me years ago.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got out of it when it was spoiled for me.
It's fine. It's fair.
Odin, when you die, there'll be lots of religious symbolism. You'll like die like you're crucified or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be in slow motion too.
So in this current era, then that would be Jessie crucifying me.
Yeah.
Isn't that just perfect?
Yes.
The Jew crucifying the Christian. Perfect.
Well, it was good enough for the Romans. Good enough for me. Yeah.
My jam.
And then I topple the cross that you've been nailed to on top of the oncoming horde of zombies to slow them down.
David Bowie played Pontius Pilate. That's cool. That's just cool. Harvey Keitel played Judas. Yeah.
Oh, so good. Oh, Last Temptation of Christ was awesome.
Yeah, good movie. Proper Jenny. When do you get to change your name again?
In 60 days in June 29th.
2 months.
Second Ginevra.
Yep.
Yes. Change it to Ginevra.
Jennifer. $5 for everyone in the chat, the panel. What's your favorite Chewie moment in the franchise?
It's exactly what you said, Jesse.
Yeah.
No, I said the thing.
Great minds think alike, man.
There we go.
Woo.
Oh.
You don't have to answer it now. There's a lot of super
just
chats.
think about it. I'll get to the super chats. Blurt it out when you think of it. Bear Nerd Fun for $1. Thank you for the donation. Mike Brown, $5. If you buy a copy, Mike Brown is an author of a book series called The Atlantis Chronicles. If you buy a copy of The Atlantis Chronicles, 10% will be donated to the Peter Mayhew Foundation. You can find his book on Amazon and directly on a website, right, Mike? Patreon. He's got a Patreon as well. Mark Lazarth, I know you're busy in there. If you could link that, that'd be awesome. Abby, if you're still there. Abu Nas, $5 for Peter Mayhew Chewbacca, as he will be missed for the Fandom Menace and the kick-ass panel. Right on. I love hearing that. For the real Star Wars fans, may the Force be with you all. Thank you.
I have my Chewie moment.
What is it?
It's so right after Han says it's because Wookiees don't, or droids don't tear people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. Wookiees have been known to do that. Just the way he sits back and he does the like little Wookiee noise.
That is pretty great. Yeah.
It's my favorite. It's just so much personality in that moment. And so much, and just like the connection between the two of them too, where they're like, they're just like cool as shit in that moment.
He had no acting experience, really. That's what even makes it even more amazing.
He was just born to be Chewie.
Exactly.
He was. I'm trying to think. You know what? The one that sticks in my head is not a great. Again, I'm kind of a sap, kind of an emotional moment when Han gets unfrozen and thrown into the prison cell, and you hear the oomph. So Chewie, And then he gives him a big hug, and he's all, "I'm okay, pal. I'm okay." I like that scene a lot.
That was going to be my choice.
That was a good one.
The detail to remember though was he like scruffs up Han's hair in like reverse of what a man would do with his dog. Chewie's doing it with Han, and it's adorable.
Yeah, that is the best scene. Thank you.
It is just like when you see your dog again after a while too, where he's like all over him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm okay. He's like, "I'm Buffy."
I gotta say, mine is when Chewie saves C-3PO.
That's what I was gonna say. Especially when they're already captive, he's still working on saving his buddy.
And just looking at C-3PO's head made me almost cry. I don't cry during movies. I don't even cry very often anymore. I've been drained out. It's but that almost got me. It was such a touching moment. You know.
I love the interaction between him and 3PO. 3PO's like, "Oh, you stupid dad thing, all this," and he just he's all tweaking his head.
Put my head on backwards.
And he's like, "Oh, let me see. Turn around, you big giant."
I just saved your life. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, the Empire scene where he's fixing C-3PO and they're captured and escaping. Gold.
That's so mean to him, poor thing. He's kind of like the pet doggy for the group for a lot of it, but they're so mean to him. But they kind of forget that, oh yeah, he's an actual sentient being. You know, he just doesn't speak human.
Or by Life Day will always be the greatest day.
Right?
And he's always the one fixing things in the back while they're all doing whatever. He's fixing 3PO, fixing the ship, fixing everything. He's always ready for battle, not afraid to be in the firefight. The best warriors.
Yeah.
And he ripped guys' arms off. Not that I remember. I don't remember anything from Solo other than the fact that he like ate that guy alive. But it wasn't like Peter Mayhew Chewie. It was just like fake Chewie.
I did like the moment where the moment where they're trying to figure out who can fly the Falcon in Solo, and then she's like, "I don't know what I'm doing," and Chewie's like, "Move, bitch," and just goes, and then it's Han and Chewie. That was a pretty good moment too.
One of the few. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mike Brown and Abu Nas and the Rookie Critic. Again, $2 super chats go to charity. Do it for Chewie. Thank you, Rookie Critic. You don't have to do that.
I stopped a while ago, but I sent a lot.
Yeah, you did. Come on.
I spent like money,
young man.
I spent like $50 on Jeremy's charity stream when I was on that panel too.
You're a good dude. Like I said, heart and soul, the Phantom Menace. Tater Canadian, $20. No comment, just in there. What's up, Tater? Thank you very much. Larry, $2. I'll donate more at the foundation page. Stream on. Good deal. Thank you, Larry. Greatly appreciate it. Richard Wetfuss, $2. Nipple Cod Jeremy says he loves Batman and Robin. Okay.
What?
My man.
Nipple Cod?
Mauler, did you say that name?
It's COD. Am I saying Nipple Cod, Jeremy? Is there something?
Call of Duty?
No, I just wanted Mauler to say it.
Oh,
you want me to say Nipple Cod, Jeremy?
Well, see, we just want Mauler to say everything.
You say it so elegant, and it's like the tales of Nipple Cod, Jeremy. He went to the show.
That's all my fault. I'm sorry.
That's what we did from the UK. That's all we did with him all weekend. It was just make him say shit in British.
Mm-hmm.
The best language and accent.
It really is.
I'm not going to say the best, but
I think it's the best. I think it's the best. That's where the English came from, right? I'm a huge Anglophile, so I'm kind of
you and I are both Anglophiles. Yeah, we like everything English.
So. Oh yeah,
I like the Australians. I do like Irish too. Irish accents.
Oh,
Jeremy, yeah, we get Irish, English, Scottish. The Welsh is well.
I just stood next to 2 Welsh people when I flew to the UK, and I'm like, I don't understand anything they're saying. Oh no, it was so bad.
Yeah, I what was I? I forgot what town I was in. I was looking for directions. I couldn't understand what the dude was saying. I was just all, never mind. I'll just figure it out.
Oh, it's great. When I stepped off the plane, people are like, okay, don't panic. And I'm like, oh yes, I'm in the right place. Thank you. They said don't panic. I get it. I get the reference.
Yes.
It's so nice. I got lost in Heathrow. Oh, it was a nightmare. That's a whole
big airport. That's a big fucking airport. Paul, okay, Peter Davison, our good friend Peter Davison, and his mom, his 85-year-old mom, Mrs. Davidson. Yeah, he's awesome. He sent you a koala, didn't he? Did he send you a big koala?
He sent me the koalas, the kangaroos. He sent stuff for Pete. I gotta send off to Pete for our paranormal podcast. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. He's awesome. Thank you so much, Peter Davison.
Yes. Australian $5. Chewbacca joins Obi-Wan. Yes, he does. He'll be annoying old Ben up there. Paul Carpenter, $10. Woke Wolverine pitch. Logan becomes clinically depressed after repeatedly trying to become a girl after everything keeps growing back after surgery. Also, R.I.P. Peter.
And then he goes to Burger King after.
Yeah, that's one Wolverine healing factor thing I have never thought of. Thank you, Paul Carpenter. Captain Spire, $5. Any update on Vic? Oh, wow. Last Axonar stream had 39 people and most comments were made wrenches, not visitors. Quentin Tarantino Star Trek. I don't know if we're getting the Quentin. I have no idea. We're not going to talk about Vic here. And
I heard a little about the Quentin Tarantino Star Trek.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I think that he has a script ready, but that's about the last I've heard of it. I don't know. I still don't know what's going on. I don't think it's gonna be anything anytime soon. I think it's a lot of like, hey, we've got Quentin Tarantino, come give us money for it. So I think that's what they're doing.
If Viacom and CBS merge sooner, then that deal's off. I mean, it'll be done because that's Paramount.
Yeah. I think they're trying to just kind of squeeze their investors dry with that stuff.
God, I know, right? Thank you, Captain Spire, for the $5. Ask me that question again on a live stream. I'll be happy to answer it. Kaylee, the Cinema Queen. Thank you, Kaylee, for $200.
Man.
Dang. Props. Little applause there. Rest in peace, Peter. I arrived an hour late, but have any of you met Peter or know of some cool stories about him? I love the Fandom Menace. I love the Fandom Menace. You're all awesome. Odin and Jessie, I'm wearing my Chewbacca jacket too. Hi, Large. Did I read that one already? I think I did because it was $200, but I do it again. It's what happens when you get old. Believe me, you just forget shit 5 minutes ago. Kaylee, thank you so much again. Shane Gale, 1999. Rest in peace, Peter. You're not only Han's best friend, but you're all of ours as well forever. P.S. F you, Rian Johnson, for making Chewie Ray's glorified Uber driver. Agreed. Yeah, I guess he comes with the Millennium Falcon. Lethal Lightning, Australian $5. Proper is home wrecking. What was this? Proper is home wrecking, wife slaying common thought. R.I.P. Peter.
He's a side piece.
He's saying that I'm a home wrecker.
Home wrecker.
I told you to stop it, Proper. Get off him now.
I didn't do anything. This is all accusations. I had nothing to do with this.
Hey, his wife called me. I didn't.
We have the messages, Jeremy. We have messages,
Hey.
Proper.
Who told you about those?
Lethal Lightning must not be doing something at home. Make her go away.
Somebody needs to keep their emails.
Look in the mirror on that one. Richard Wyfus for $2. Mauler, loved your review of Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 3.
A lot of people seem to love it. A lot of people seem to hate that episode.
I don't even watch it, but I liked it too. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've had a couple of that from my friends. They said they had fun with it, even though they have no idea what Game of Thrones is. I was just like, yeah, okay.
It was really funny, and you know what? But when you see a video like that, it's cathartic too, especially because what Game of Thrones fans are going through right now, Star Wars fans, if you don't watch the show, is exactly what you were going through right after The Last Jedi. It is the exact same. They're going through a mourning period.
Very similar feeling.
Game of Thrones fans.
Very.
If you were still that high on Game of Thrones, that meant that you had ignored all of the intense flaws in the show for the past.
They never destroyed the core before.
I did. Like since they went past Martin, the core of the show has been completely gone. The entire core of the show was that no character had plot armor.
Well,
nobody important died last season.
Jesse, the thing is, it's this episode is what Mauler said is this was the coming to terms with it. It was there. You're right. It was there for a long time. Did you say it was like The Force Awakens? But
like things were okay. Just need to wake the fuck up sooner.
And yeah, that this was the definitive dagger in the heart. There's no, there's still people questioning it, but
yeah, I first checked out pretty early. I called it at season 4, episode 10. That was my first issue.
Yeah.
I
was done last season.
Should get smarter and then be like Mauler and figure the shit out sooner. All right.
But that's the thing, though. It's the same with The Last Jedi. So if a lot of people I think a lot of people can associate with this. If a lot of people are like, Force Awakens killed Star Wars, I'm done. Then they watch The Last Jedi and they're like, oh my god, I still cared.
Yeah,
Definitely still cared.
That's exact. I did not know I cared that much. Still, Jessie, I saw season 7. I hated every minute of it. And I was like, I'm just finishing this like you because this is the only ending I'm going to get. I'm a book reader. This, unfortunately, is the only ending I'm getting.
Probably true. Almost certainly true.
Unless, I don't know, I had a theory last night that George is finished with Winds of Winter and he was getting notes of what was happening for Game of Thrones for the last 3 seasons. They kept on asking him if the book was finished. He's all, oh no, I still got lots and lots to do because he doesn't want him stomping on his work anymore. And if you
like, you do your thing, this is your show now. This is different.
Yep.
No, once I started making some major changes, I just accepted that. I was like, this show is not the books. I love the books. The show is trash.
Yep.
The show is a big, pretty pile of trash. The show, you know what? The Game of Thrones TV show is Avatar. It's pretty and shiny, and there's a lot of fun stuff going on, but it's bullshit.
Depends on what you're talking about.
I would disagree with the first few seasons for sure.
The first few seasons were better. They were true to those. They were better. They still had a lot of wasted time in them.
I completely agree with that. There's plenty of plot lines that are just like, this is boring. I don't care.
For me, I guess I was one of those dumb people that I thought it was building towards something.
10 minutes. This scene could have been 3 seconds long, and it was 10 fucking minutes of my life that I'll never get back.
It's called storytelling, Jessie.
It's not storytelling. That's retardation.
I don't like the Cliff Notes versions of stories.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, you're doing the next Star Wars trilogy too. So.
Oh, you're just an angry millennial. Can't wait.
Angry. That's for damn sure. I have very little in common with millennials. For example, millennials like Game of Thrones.
Millennials like a lot of things.
I've been hearing from a lot of them lately, and I'm sure you have too, Mauler, and you have too, Jessie. But yeah, it's been interesting at the channel for last week, and it's certainly. Yeah, it got bigger. To me, it's drowned out any Avengers Endgame talk at all. And Captain Marvel or anything is just gone. Everybody wants to freak out about Game of Thrones. B. Goodman, $4.99. I saw Empire Strikes Back in the movie theater. When Han shoots the droid on Hoth and it exploded, I jumped and threw popcorn everywhere. That's brilliant. God, it's hard to explain. And maybe you felt like that when you watched it later. Well, after seeing Star Wars, after seeing this thing as a kid in the 70s that just looks so alien and different from any other movie, that to give it some kind of context, look at like the movie Logan's Run, which I adore, or look at Sinbad and the Seven Seas by Ray Harryhausen, which came out the same year. Look at that with Star Wars, and those two movies came out the same year. That's how different it was. And then Empire comes out, and it's completely different in tone and everything. And all your characters are getting effed up, and they never did that to like heroes and stuff that I saw. This is 10-year-old perspective. They, like you were talking about, 3PO was all busted up. The trailer was great. The trailer had everybody like, what the hell's going on? And I can't explain it, but yeah, Han, them being on an ice planet when they were just on a desert planet was also different back then. It's hard to explain, but goddamn, I love that movie so much.
Kind of wish I could experience the movie theaters like of the 70s or 80s, because growing up in the 90s, 2000s, everybody, from the way people describe it, it's a different experience altogether.
Oh, it is. Absolutely. Like the 80s, you had to if you wanted to see a movie that was less popular, like when I went and saw Star Trek 4 in the theater in the 80s, you had to go to the next town over, because the movie theaters were even only the hugest movies like Star Wars were in the theater. So yeah, it was a completely different time too.
Yeah. It's not like you could get it on DVD or buy it online, so it's more of an important event to go see it and whatnot.
Yeah, and they would air a movie of the week every once in a while. If you were lucky, if it was good enough, they would air it as a movie of the week.
Yeah, and you couldn't just illegally.
Did people bring meals to cinemas?
No,
because someone had a full-on platter in the cinema I saw Endgame in, and it was really distracting. Yeah. Sometimes they sneak it in. It's usually women with giant purses. They sneak in food. Yeah.
There's a movie theater at our mall, and like Cinetopia, and if you have your backpack on or something, they don't really check anything. So I brought in a whole pizza once. You know, I mean,
that is very distracting, though.
No, employees don't care as long as you're not noisy.
Quietly.
They don't check your backpack.
No,
that's concerning.
There's legal though. It's legal stuff.
So, yeah.
It's totally legal.
Bagels in my pockets into a movie theater once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've stuck in like drinks and purses, and
like I wish that they would stop having like the paper stuff, because hearing the fiddling of rappers is so annoying in the theater. And I'm one of the ones who wants movie theaters to survive, but everybody's like, no, I don't want to go there.
There should be a rule that they can only open shit during action scenes.
Yeah.
Rule.
Time it.
I used to work at a theater, and the regulation was that unless someone reported suspicious activity, we could not check their stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I
Even
think it
after
was
the
the same. It was the
shooting
same
thing?
thing for us too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes
But
sense.
you know what I kind of like and respect about the 70s movie theaters, and even before you could have the internet, is that if you wanted to see a movie for free, you had to be a badass and sneak in without anybody knowing. Isn't that so much more fun than being a little wuss and just looking at it on the internet?
Mhm.
What's the fun in that? What's the danger in that?
You guys want to hear, speaking of movie theater things, the most Jewish thing ever?
Sure.
No,
My family went to the movies. So you know how when you get like the super jumbo tub, a lot of times it comes with a free refill?
Yeah.
When my family went to the movies, we would just get there a little early. We would have my mom would have brought our the paper lunch bags or plastic bags from home. We would get in the theater, divvy it all up, and then dad would go back out and refill it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you do it.
People still do that. Yeah.
smart.
They don't have. Where's a movie theater around here that has free refills?
Well, it's LA. We don't have that shit in LA. I mean, come on.
well, you can get like the free if you have their card.
I say AMC
like,
does.
bucks,
AMC
yeah.
does. If
I'm
you have.
sorry,
Yeah,
franchise,
probably still does for the super giant ones, but ArcLight doesn't do that shit. They don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they didn't like me either. They didn't like me trying to sneak into Alita when I saw Captain Marvel.
But they also have
Oops.
they do have
They catch you? Come on, man.
Well, it's like back then though, it was probably more severe when you got caught, because people mostly respected the adults ish. I assume, and now people just walk in like, yeah, I don't really care, and then just fart around. I don't know.
Sorry,
People-
Mecca. I didn't see that message. She sent me a message there like 15 minutes ago. I'm just trying to catch up the super chat. Yeah, send them the link, please.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to try to get through some of these super chats so we can continue the conversation. Thank you. I just got to remember where I was.
You were at Lethal, I think.
I was at Lethal. Chewbacca joins Obi-Wan. Lethal. Okay, you're right. Okay, no, it was Richard. He just because he complimented Mauler.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, and I just read that one too. Okay, Mary Highland, $5. Is there any hope that the SJW stuff goes away and everything returns to normal?
No.
Yeah, what's normal? I think stuff might. Well, it depends. It's got to wait. Something's got to be punished. I think Solo was kind of punished. I think if Episode 9 falls short of expectation, and maybe possibly really short, it'll probably maybe make them think of it. But it's going to be a while.
Yeah,
it's going to be a while.
The movement is ultimately going to collapse under its own weight and or be destroyed via infighting. And when people finally get wise to the fact, like when a social justice warrior starts murdering people, when you start having like fucking psycho murderers, it's only a matter of time, honestly, if these people go unchecked. It's sad, but it's true. And when that happens, when people finally wake up the way we all woke up when we saw some of us Force Awakens, for the rest of us the slow ones, The Last Jedi. When people wake up to that shit, which will happen, that will be purged from society.
I think hearing a boo at a Star Wars trailer, which I never thought I'd hear in my lifetime, might be a start. Isn't that the spark that lights the flame of the blue flame of the resistance or something like that?
Well, when people said like, "Oh, The Last Jedi made loads of money," though, I was like, "Oh, we'll see the damage in the next one, not this one. That's where we'll see the money. And if it doesn't take a dip, if it makes even more than The Last Jedi, I would be genuinely surprised. But hey,
If the SJW movement goes down, so will a lot of our favorite franchises, and we may not be able to recover from some of them, depending on how long this trend lasts.
Maybe it's time for that, because I'm so fucking sick of every single movie being based on a book or a video game or a remake or something that it's.
I want some finality. Like we need some finality so that we can miss it. Like when it just goes on and on and on, you can't really miss it.
Yep. There are so many original ideas. You know how many piles and piles of original screenplays with better ideas than the shit that's going on screen are sitting on producers' desks, gathering dust, getting flipped through by an intern who says, "Oh, this is kind of good," and the producer goes, "Yeah, but which star is gonna bring the most money in for it? I can't see fucking Tom Hardy or whoever in this role, so burn it." That's until that shit stops. Like, Hollywood's just garbage right now.
When they go through in the scripts and they're like, "Oh yes, we're working on something just like that," and they'll steal elements of it, so you'll have the same movie happening 3 or 4 times, but it'll never be as good as the original screenplay. It'll always be a cheap, watered down knockoff of the original screenplay somebody turned in.
Exactly.
25 years ago, Gremlins and Ghostbusters came out on the same day. When's the last time 2 very great movies, objectively, people love these movies, came out on the same day? You don't get that anymore. Just looking at these.
A better question. Outside of the MCU, what movie have you seen in the past 5 years that's a classic, that's a new classic, that's something you've gone back to and rewatched, something that's going to be immortalized in our history, something that 40 years from now people are going to still say, that's a great film?
And Oscar bait doesn't count because they're not real. No.
I never watch Oscar bait movies more than once. I'll watch it once and that's it.
The only one I've seen more than once was Green Book. I personally really enjoyed Green Book, but even that was a good movie. I'm not going to 40 years from now be like, shit, I want to watch Green Book. What a groundbreaking film.
You know what? Entertainment needs a punk rock movement. We might be getting that. There's a good precursor of this happening in comics with the Indiegogo stuff. We've had it enough with comics. We're just going to go out and make our own stuff, and it's very successful in some aspects. Now, of course, you have to have a platform, but back in the 70s, music was getting too big and selling out and too plush, and there's rock stars walking around like they're royalty, and then the Sex Pistols go up, and it could be argued the Ramones showed up first, and it could be argued it was a fashion movement more than it was a political one, but whatever it did, and it didn't do anything lasting, but it did undercut what was going on right there, and it was an independent movement. We got something similar in the 90s with film. We had a great run of Pulp Fiction came out, and a bunch of little art house films started coming out, and it was a great time for that. We need that again. That needs to happen. And people have their own platforms now. There's there's still gatekeepers out there, but you can now make your own damn movie and just put it on YouTube. And that's something we never could have done.
The Ahsoka fan film by Ray Kennicks and her husband and her whole crew is going to be pretty good coming out.
Yeah.
So say, fuck you, Geeks and Gamers. Jeremy says Interstellar. I haven't even seen that movie. I already know that.
I don't even do fan fiction. Don't do fan fiction anymore. I'm with George on this 100%. Save your story for yourself. I mean, I know you're a fan of stuff like that, but save your best story for yourself. Don't do fan fiction. I mean, it's great, but you can't keep any of the money. Monetize yourself.
Oh yeah, and welcome Midnight's Edge After Dark, Rob and Tom.
Yay! Hi, Robin.
Hey.
What's up, gents? Hey.
Ruffians from my corner of the internet.
Let me guess. I can't hear them, so I'm going to have to jump out and jump back in again. God.
Oh, gosh. I can't hear him either.
No, I neither
wait.
can I.
Oh, Tom, I heard. No.
Do you hear me?
I hear you.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Rob?
Robbie, are you on mute?
Rob.
You got your voice meter up, Rob?
No, he's not muted.
Rob.
No.
My settings are fucked up. He says he's going to come back. Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
Cool.
Can you hear Tom?
I can hear Tom.
All right, dude. That's awesome. That's a step in the right direction. You don't have to leave. That's awesome.
I will relate that film when I see it, guaranteed.
What's that?
Oh, Interstellar. I still haven't seen it, but I guarantee you, Jeremy, I will misrate it.
I haven't seen it. Interstellar.
It's good. It's just overrated. It's good.
Give it a shot.
No, it's just
All I know is that it's not better than The Martian, because The Martian was one of Ridley Scott's. When Ridley Scott nails a film, he fucking nails it. Every moment is perfect and no moment is wasted. The Martian is one of his perfect films, and there's no way Interstellar can be better than that.
Yo, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Yo, Tom.
How's it going?
Hey, I can see you. I like that background.
Hey,
that's cool.
Cool.
Where have I seen that background before?
Oh, I know exactly where
Like my old, like my banner, like my old banner. Is that my old banner, or is that my new banner?
I don't know. I just got it from you.
He's always turned the thing on.
Maybe my '80s banner that I use. What is it? I don't remember.
There's a couple of people who have that.
I know Pete uses something similar too in his.
That's cool. We're just buzzing through super chats, and God, we've got a lot of things on the table. Pick one, Tom. What's your favorite? You could say, like, what's your favorite Chewbacca moment? What's your guilty pleasure? When did you come out?
Before he answers, I'm gonna.
Did you say when did you come out? What?
Before he.
Oh, that wasn't on the table. I'm sorry.
It was glorious. I had a big old party. No. My favorite Chewbacca moment was actually the same as Jesse's. So I'll go with the one where, and I think this one even may have been brought up too, where he's putting 3PO together, and 3PO gets all pissy with him, so they shut 3PO up. I love that. To Jesse fan, and of course Mauler and all you guys here, Odin. So I haven't actually done you guys before, and Rookie, I've talked to you before. Rookie, of course.
I know.
Mecha, I don't know who that Mecha or proper people are. I never
Who are you? Who's Midnight's Edge? I don't know who Midnight's Edge is. Who are they?
Right? Yeah.
Wait, Tom, do you have a channel?
Bye, Odin.
I remember the first time you guys met.
Odin, bye.
Bye, Odin.
Later, y'all. Have a good stream.
Later,
Actually, since we're in a moment where this is happening, I do also have to bounce. I know it's just poor form to leave, even though it's just show up late and leave early. But I do.
It's your idea. It's your
for reasons. But you guys are doing. That's the thing. That's the beauty of an idea, right? Is that it's like making a perfect film. I don't own this idea. I've given it to all of you, and I don't need to be here to sit on top of it and keep my fingers in it and micromanage it. It belongs to all of you now. I give this idea to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse.
All right. You guys are awesome. I'm so glad we were able to get this together. I'm so glad we're able to raise all this money in honor of Peter Mayhew. He was a great man, and it's been my pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you for the idea, and we appreciate you. Have fun. And anybody can come and go as they please. I'll get through these super chats somehow, some way. So,
can you guys hear me now?
Thank you, Jesse.
Yes.
No, who's talking? No,
Rob.
Can't
Take
hear you
care,
at all.
Jesse.
No, just kidding.
Well, if you can hear me, pretty soon you're gonna wish you didn't. So that's what
You're good. We hear you.
Okay, cool. How's it going? I was about to say, is this a bad? Would I be making a bad entrance to say I still haven't seen Pulp Fiction? So
Wait, what?
You're in the boat with me, man. So it's all good.
Oh my.
Yeah,
but
Robin Williams movie except for Popeye.
Yeah, but I have 25 years on you, so that's.
Mauler, if you ever need info to take Rob down, just let me know.
I've watched.
There's so much dirt on me that it's not even going to be difficult. It don't,
I'll just shift it up to you.
I'm on the verge of my very own Me Too moment. So that's all I can say.
Yeah, and it involves me and Mary.
Yeah.
Here we're just trying to like hit on each other, and then these guys come in and ruin the fun. No,
You guys just just torture him.
Mary wasn't. Yeah.
I know. I'm so sorry. I missed her stream because of like. So a total shout out to Mary Mayhem. I guess her stream ran shorter tonight because of all this stuff. But you know, yeah.
She's a good YouTuber.
This is a good cause.
Yeah, this is
from
Vault Chewie in the Star Wars days, May the 4th. As I'm wearing a Spaceballs ring, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's the best ones.
Spaceballs.
It works.
So
It's
some of the there was cosplay of Spaceballs at Celebration, so it's accepted here.
Oh, I've got the up and the downside of the shorts.
Oh,
Perfectly.
Well, now
balance.
Now that Disney owns Fox, I think technically owned the distribution rights because it was an MGM movie on Spaceballs. Wouldn't Spaceballs be owned by Disney now?
No.
Fox owns or Disney owns Fight Club now, so
that is
world is going to hell.
Another one I have but I've not watched.
What?
Disney,
Disney is the Borg. They're just going to assimilate everything.
Yeah, they can just buy their own movie tickets, right? They can just keep doing that because we know they do it.
Borg.
All right, I'm gonna bust through some super chats here. Just kick back for a little bit. Mary Highland, I already read that one. Peter Davison, Australia for $5. Australian $5. Is Thor's hammer missing? I think Chewie has it. He might, or Cap took it back to the proper timeline, which is going to create a. I don't even want to think about it. Gert Frobe, thank you, Peter. Gert Frobe, $2. No comment, just a donation. Thank you. Alexander Richard, $10. Here from Mauler's tweet. Mauler, thank you. Glad we could get some long man representation in the stream.
It's like my favorite EFAP meme.
Long man.
Long man. And thanks again for being here, Mauler. Proper Jenny for $30.01 for the 30%. The penny is for your thoughts. I have none. I burned them all up in the 80s with some very excellent drugs. The Grand Inquisitor, $5. Chewie, get us out of here. R.I.P. Mr. Mayhew. Thanks for the memories. Hail Gary. Hail Mecca. Hail Odin. Hail Mauler. Hail Jessie. Hail Prop Jeremy. Hail the Rookie Critic. And hail to you, the Grand Inquisitor. Peter Charon for $5. My favorite Chewie moment was when he took over the ATST. Oh, that was a good one. You're right. And he's all chewing out the Ewoks that were in there.
Trying to side seat drive. No.
The Rookie Critic, $2. Just reminding us that this one is for the mods, except for Odin. Yeah, definitely except for Odin, especially since he's left for his churchy god stuff. Mayor McCheese, $5. Do y'all see Sergey Tankin did a I probably messed up the last name, did a cover of Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult over the for the new movie? Did they not learn from Puff Daddy? I haven't heard it. Is it any good? Is it terrible? I mean,
yeah, but Puff Daddy didn't do a cover of Godzilla. That was one thing I did gripe about. It was like, as corny as that Sony movie was, why in the world was that song not on the soundtrack? That was the only song that wasn't. It was like,
yeah, they probably
the
couldn't get
Puff
the right.
Daddy one, they ripped off Kashmir. By Led Zeppelin.
Oh yeah. Right.
Wallflower Heroes too by Bowie.
Yeah, that one wasn't so bad. That was actually a pretty good cover. I actually like that cover of that song.
Jesse Sequeda Jr., $5.55. Chewbacca, what a Wookiee. Hail Fandom Menace. Isn't it? Wasn't there a song on Clerks soundtrack?
Yes.
Chewbacca. Yes, that was it, right? Chewbacca, he's a Wookiee. Yeah. Midnight's Edge After Dark. Hey guys, $5. One thing I've learned: let the Wookiee win. That's right. Yep. Proper Jenny again, $2 for Odin because Rookie is a meanie. Oops. He's such a meanie pants. The Grand Inquisitor, $5. What is everyone's biggest Oscar snub? Oh, that's easy. Mine is Val Kilmer not even being nominated for Best Supporting Actor for his role as Doc Holliday in Tombstone. That's a good point. Mauler, what's your biggest Oscar?
I'd happily go with the obvious one. The Best Picture going to Shakespeare in Love instead of Saving Private Ryan.
Totally agree with that. I've actually got 3 like that. I totally agree with that one. Oh my god, it spurred me out. Chariots of Fucking Fire winning over Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Annie effing Hall winning over Star Wars. I'll never forget that. Never forgive that. But the worst, the absolute worst, is E.T. winning for special effects over fucking Blade Runner. That one's the worst. Yeah, I if I had a YouTube channel when I was 12, I would just make videos about Blade Runner losing to E.T.
I gave it to them, and
yeah, I know, little puberty voice going.
You have to have a picture of you at Photoshop with your current beard over your 12-year-old face.
Yep. Those SJWs in Hollywood chose E.T.
If I had a video, if I had a channel when I was 12, I would be like, "Oh my god, Bruce Campbell's on Ellen. He's the most gorgeous, sweet, like amazing guy ever." And oh my god, and LOL. And no, LOL wasn't a thing when I was like 12. But yeah, God, I'm old.
You're
I'm old.
so lucky. You're lucky.
1991 shit.
I'm still older than you, Micah. Just remember that.
So,
he was robbed for Man on the Moon too. He didn't even get nominated for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, I have to go with my my appearance in Burial Boys as best uncredited extra. Damn it, the Academy didn't even consider me.
Then there was the year that Forrest Gump won over Shawshank Redemption and I think Pulp Fiction too that year.
Yeah, that was something. What about you, Mecca? What's the biggest Oscar snub?
Weird Al lost for Overdriving Miss Daisy in 1989, and I'm still brokenhearted over that because UHF was damn good.
Spike Lee and Weird Al just can't win.
I don't remember. I think that was like the biggest one. I can't remember any other movie any movie I was really rooting for. Maybe Winona Ryder for Best Actress for Dracula, but I have such a soft spot for Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like, she probably doesn't deserve it, but I just loved her in that.
I love that movie.
It's so good. It's so good, but it's bad, but it's good. It's
it's not Coppola's best.
It's so mid-90s, but I love it. I just have such a
Gary
soft spot
Oldman.
for it.
Come on, he's freaking awesome. Proper Jeremy, what's your biggest Oscar snub? Oh, you're buzzing. You gotta check your mic.
They're jamming your transmissions again.
Your mic is being jammed. Rookie Critic, while he's fixing that, what is your biggest Oscar snub? I will have to enunciate.
I never actually paid attention to the Oscars.
You're smart.
I mean, growing up, so the last like 5 years is when I really got into film, but I tried to pay attention to the Oscars, but I just didn't really care. It just didn't seem like it made sense. So I'm like, I just didn't really pay attention.
It doesn't. It's a giant circle jerk of elitists. Okay. And Nightmare X 123 $5, a movie where aliens invade and take over key positions in entertainment and are determined to ruin everything you once held dear, and zombies.
Zombies.
What we're living through right now.
Okay now.
No, your mic is still buzzing out.
Jeremy is an alien now.
He is definitely an alien. Okay, I don't know how to say this name. I'm going to do my best. Maheen Wabu, or I don't know if it's Majin or Maheen. But thank you for the 2 $1 donations. I appreciate it, and apologies for jacking up your name. Black Angus Review $4.99. If you want to have a good laugh at episode 9 in Proper Jeremy, check out my Rise of Skywalker Forrest Gump trailer parody. Hopefully, Chewie is okay in 9. It's not going to be the same Chewie. So
no.
Yeah, well, how many?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, how many movies has I can't remember his name. How many movies has the new actor been in?
None.
Well, like the new Chewie. Like, he's been in what? Solo and
no, actually, I think they've been using stand-ins for at least since I think episode 3.
Yeah, TFA I thought was his first go, and then Peter Mayhew was in this sort of sitting down segments.
Remember the new close-ups?
Yeah, Peter couldn't walk. Yeah, he was on that little cart.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's kind of like how they did Kenny Baker for a while. Yeah. They would have him come in and do like 1 or 2 scenes just so they could have him in the title, in the credits, and give him, the notice for it, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, at least they're trying to include the people that we, the iconic people that we love.
Yeah. I mean, at least they didn't just throw Peter out like Game of Thrones did to Sir Ilan Payne when he got cancer, and when he got better, they didn't ask him back. Jackasses. Sparkus Aurelius, $5. Mr. Peter met Peter at Albuquerque Comic-Con. What a great guy. Hail all of you. Sparkus, are you in New Mexico? Are you in Albuquerque? My sister and my mom live in Albuquerque. I love New Mexico. I don't know, but Albuquerque's okay, but Santa Fe's
pretty.
Awesome.
Oh, it's so pretty. I've been there one time. I went to a concert in Albuquerque. It's just gorgeous. It's so warm. It's so nice. Yeah, I love it.
Oh yeah, we're moving there. When I'm done, I'm getting the hell out of San Francisco.
It's a nice place. It's a nice place.
I can't stand it here anymore. Tater, Canadian $20, watching A New Hope right meow and still loving the stream. Right on, Tater. That is great. I love to hear that. Thank you so much for the donation.
Did they say meow?
He said rat meow.
Oh, nice.
I thought that was you just trying to be cute or something.
I have an autographed Super Troopers poster.
Super Troopers.
Yes. Nice.
Wow. Beer Fest is my favorite, though. I love Beer Fest.
They're all good. I love them all.
Also, Bad Time to Say I never saw Super Troopers.
Yeah, ditto though.
Rob,
Tom.
You're going to get so high in Vegas and then watch Super Troopers.
I haven't watched it either. I mean, that's not a shock though.
You can't watch everything.
Yeah.
Well, I just chose to watch it. Just didn't.
But you can watch something though.
Yeah, quicksand porn. Yeah, that's what it was. It's a running joke among us. So anyway, but anyway, yeah, I got a friend.
Rob, are you going to Vegas?
I'm working on it.
He's trying to. We need to go find me for Rob to go to Vegas because mine not funded.
Apparently, Mecca made my decision for me though. So
I couldn't hear.
I told Rob if he asks Andre might be able to work something out for us, at least to help.
I want all you guys to go. Let's talk about that. We'll message each other after the stream and stuff. We'll talk about that because I want you guys to go.
You're gonna regret that, Gary. You're gonna regret that.
I'd live life without regrets. It will be fun. Trust me. When I saw Star Wars in 1977, there was nothing like it. Ended up seeing it 100 times in the theater. Life-changing. Also love Logan's Run. Hell yeah. Big Trouble in Little China, one of the greatest movies ever made. And Last Starfighter, always wanted to be that kid. Sparkus Aurelius for $20. Thank you. Rookie Critic, tell me you've seen Big Trouble in Little China.
Sorry. No.
Whoa.
No.
Oh, watch that. That's so good.
I have seen movies, but just not like all of these movies.
All the kids, they love the 80s now. I mean, that is the 80s movie. It is everything wrapped up in a beautiful little John Carpenter bow. I love the hell out of that movie.
Well, it's everything 80s. It's John Carpenter. It's Kurt Russell. It's martial arts. It's monsters. It's weird sci-fi. It's funny. Yeah, that's great. It's a great movie.
What was that?
Are we allowed to swear on this?
Yeah.
Charity thing? Oh, and fuck that remake with The Rock.
Yeah. Hard in every hole.
Remake too?
Or whatever.
What remake? I don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you, Proper.
You're welcome. Is my mic sounding better?
It is sounding better.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we are almost done here. Captain Spire, $2. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all. Captain Spire, thank you and good night. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for the $2 donation. James Moore, $20. I don't think there will be a true classic film like Alien, Star Wars, etc. for a while. I think people care more about emotional payoffs in movies than how well it's written, and poorly written movies don't last long. Indeed, James. Absolutely correct there. Tito George for $2. Disney's worse than the Borg is so accurate. Give me the Borg any day. Thank you, Tito. Star Wars for Life, Jeremy's Instagram fangirl. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the shout outs and everything you do. One of the hardest working people on the net. $9.99. I am donating on behalf of Proper Jeremy because I'm going to kill him with the means he is going to get destroyed.
Which means she's going to make some more.
Proper. Actually, she and I were talking about. She and I were talking about a few in secret, so you'll have some special ones coming your way.
More?
Yeah, sorry, man.
They humiliate me. They've done a lot of very mean.
Well, mostly them. I've only done like 2, so yeah.
Well, yeah. The worst was they called me the love child of Ryan Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy.
That was Ruth and Kaylin and them, though, not me, man.
I still blame you. It's all your fault.
Yep.
You look like you could be the illegitimate son of Aaron Paul, actually. So from Breaking Bad.
I could be okay with that.
I haven't seen Breaking Bad.
I'm debating.
Watch Breaking Bad. I liked Breaking Bad actually, and I hate everything.
Thank you, Rob. I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Yes.
And for our last super chat of the evening, 99 cents from Destiny Captain. Thank you very much for the donation. And we are going to let some of these people go home. So
I'd say you should refresh, because sometimes when there's been a lot of super chats, I hear that they jump around or something, and some people's get mixed.
That is absolutely true. What I'll probably do is I will go through. I'll scan one more time here to make sure I got everything. And I'll do it one more time before I go, but I'll let you guys go first so people can get some sleep and edit their videos and get back to ripping Star Wars and everything. Game of Thrones. Mauler does not sleep, does he?
He always makes videos. He's working on his Force Awakens script.
I'm actually editing right now. I'm getting clips I need, but it's so much easier when you've got visual only editing to do and you're just talking to people because it keeps you from wanting to kill yourself. You know, it's great.
That's great. That's brilliant. Multitasking there. What's next from you, Mauler?
Oh, it's Part 3 is next on the plate. It was supposed to always be next on the plate, and then one fateful Sunday, I watched an episode of a TV show and I went berserk.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
Yeah,
I missed it. I'm so glad I missed it.
Poor baby.
I'm still going a little berserk from that. I did not think it would hit me that hard, but it did. All right, so I'm going to wrap this thing up. Let's. I'm sorry, Midnight's Edge got here so late, but we can go around the horn and plug our channels, and we'll start with Mauler.
Oh, I rant about movies and then sometimes take a very calm approach to them and take 10 years to actually explore maybe some more finer details on my channel. Just Mauler on YouTube, you'll find it if you really want to see it. But beware, you need a few weeks free if you want to be able to finish some of my stuff from start to finish.
At least.
It is excellent to do chores too. I'm just going to say, I mean, you got to be watching the stuff too, but it's like in the background when you're hanging up action figures, when you're dusting action figures, Mauler is good.
It's perfect for when you're doing something. Yeah. Yes, it's good background.
Oh yeah, it's just to listen to. I mean, it's just butter, right?
Yep.
You just listen to that for like hours because the videos are like so well put together, so in depth, so complete, and they're kind of amazing.
Yep.
Total
Thing of art.
Total fan.
I've never been so engaged with a 2-hour YouTube video in my life.
Yeah. Proper Jeremy, plug away.
Hello, my name is Proper Jeremy. Currently, it's Proper Jenny because YouTube sucks with the name changing thing. I did it as an April Fool's Day joke. Didn't work out, but I make videos sometimes. My Cobra Kai videos have been doing pretty well, so YouTube is liking that, and I continue to just make videos that just make people laugh or make people think, whatever it might be. But I have a good time doing it, and as long as I'm having fun, then it's all that matters. I really enjoy it, and I love this community that I've surrounded myself with. The Fandom Menace is amazing. So, and thank you, by the way, Gary, for having me on once again.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it so much, and thank you all in the chat for donating. This is such a great occasion. With a great cause. Yep. Yeah.
Mecca, plug yourself.
I am Mecha Random 42, your favorite YouTube harpy. I should probably turn on the camera. I bounce and I rant and I complain and I swear and I call the Mary Sue writers some very nasty language that I probably will reserve, but it starts with a C and ends with a T, if you know what I mean.
The cats.
I call them cats. I call them kitty cats, because they are. I need a riding crop. That's my next prop that I need because I'm so animated.
You need one glove and a riding crop.
I need black gloves and a riding crop when I'm talking about the Mary Sue writers. I swear a lot and I complain about Captain Marvel and Star Trek Discovery and all the things. Total Stargate Babylon 5 fan. That's me. Hail Cobra Kai. And I'm on Midnight's Edge After Dark, and I'm on Creepy Little Book every night for our paranormal podcast. Gary, please come on the Creepy Little Book with us some night. Please.
Yeah, you said it's every night?
Every night at 10 California time.
10 California time.
That's a little book. So yes,
please I'll make one. Yeah. Just hit me up in the next couple of days. I can make one. No problem. Thanks.
I mean, we're going live in like 20 minutes here. So
tomorrow maybe. Well, no, Monday maybe. So Monday.
That's who I am. That's who I am.
Thanks, Becca.
And thank you for having me. And Rip Peter Mayhew. We love you, Chewie. We love Star Wars. That's why we're all here, because we love Star Wars.
That's right. Rob.
Yes. My name is Rob Robot Shlomo. You can find me over at Midnight's Edge After Dark. I got my own channel, Robot Shlomo. I'm the only Robot Shlomo on YouTube, apparently, because who else would choose a name like that? You can, like I said, and I show up occasionally on various other streams. And
Voice of Midnight's Edge.
Yes, the voice of Midnight's Edge and the Narrator Supreme. So thank you for having me at this late juncture here, Gary.
The talent of Midnight's Edge.
The talent.
Oh,
yes.
As well as Tom.
No, we call Rob the talent. That's very much so.
I always say, without Tom and Andre to do the heavy lifting, I couldn't do what I do. So,
well, we love you, Rob, and I got to have you on more often. for sure. The Rookie Critic.
All right. Well, thank you for having me on, Gary. I really appreciate the invite. And yeah, I am the Rookie Critic. I cover movies and film. I love film. And as everybody can tell by now, if you're not trying to slit my throat for not seeing a bunch of movies, I am working towards seeing a bunch of great classics and popular films that I have not seen yet. I've knocked out, I'm getting close to 10 on there. I'm working on Karate Kid 2 and 3 next week, and Pulp Fiction and Watchmen and whatnot. So I'm getting there. I make lots of skits. I don't cover the news daily like a lot of people do, but I made a Rotten Tomatoes stop motion skit with Brie Larson and the Fandom Menace basically destroying these tomatoes and whatnot, and try to make very fun videos and learn about film as I go. That is the Rookie.
That is the Rookie. Right on. And Tom.
Well, at least the Rookie has a reason to have not seen all these movies. He's young. Rob don't have a reason.
True.
Since I've already plugged the channel, I figured I'd just have a little fun set. And of course, rest in peace, Peter Mayhew. We're going to miss him so dearly. And again, thanks to Gary for having us on. It's been a long time. We haven't been on here.
Yeah, it's been too long.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, hopefully, if not, we'll see you in Vegas. Who knows?
Oh yeah, well, I think we should. I'll do this quick. We should definitely do a couple streams prior to that to get kind of warmed up. I think that would be a good idea.
Well, I think they might have Rob and I on this thing. Like, don't let these guys in. And Andre.
I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if we hear that if Mecca hears or I hear that we're not allowed in. You're refunded.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised either. So
well, they let Jeremy and they let Jeff in for Star Wars Celebration, so I don't know. I don't think they're going to really, because see, they don't know my real name because I've already got my tickets. So
that's true. That's true.
You have to go into
that's true. All right. And let's just make sure everybody, again, thank you for donating, and there will be full transparency. So I'll put up on Twitter, like the total amount, what I'm going to match, what's going to be sent to the Peter Mayhew Foundation, when it's going to be sent to the Peter Mayhew Foundation. Thank you to everybody who donated directly to the Peter Mayhew Foundation. Again, Peter Mayhew, we are going to miss you. We lost the legend from Star Wars. And again, hang on a second. I just lost my train of thought. Or did we get Midnight's Edge popped in another $5 and one from Rob. Thank you. And Proper Jeremy put in another $1. Thank you so much, everybody. And to the panel and Jessie for having the idea, and Odin and Jeremy for popping in, and Jeff, I know you're out there. Everybody in the Fandom Menace, I am proud to be part of this community, and everybody have a great, great night. May the 4th be with you. Bye, everybody.